Woo!
Hello.
Bring it. I'm bringing way too much hype to this conversation tonight. It's hot. I'm feeling good.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, friends. Good evening, anyone who's watching, viewers. Thank you very much. We are Rolling Thunder D&D, and we're here once again with our Legends of Elderon campaign. This is episode 2, and Kyle, our lovely DM, who is running the show, will give us hopefully a recap and let us know what is coming up. So I will now hand over to him. Kyle.
Woo!
Sure.
Go.
So, well, we will start with a quick recap of last session's inaugural episode. You were all introduced to the world of Elderon, specifically to the Northarian Federation, a twin-powered part of the northern part of the continent of Arion that was separated by the Anabraxis mountain range. You had the Besnani Free Cities on the western front, and on the eastern side, in the Gibrialis Plains, the Northarian, the Holy Kingdom of Brookhaven. Last session's episode began with you all arriving in the small coastal town of Stonewaters after a significant event, the attack on a small town in the Besnani Free City region of Basiafel by the Aurelian Empire, a vast and ever-growing presence in the far western side of the Aryan continent. The episode began with you guys waking up in a tavern, Happy Cooper's Inn and Tavern, to a scene of unrest, mistrust, and uncertainty. After getting your bearings and really getting a handle on the situation, you were asked by the local leadership, a man by the name of Rose Guard Captain Jeradoc Redcliffe, to assist with the gathering of much-needed medicines and herbal remedies from a nearby healing woman, a druid, in the Southwade Woods to the north. So you agreed to do this for a modest fee, and you made your way northward via the guiding hand of Gideon, a local up-and-coming wannabe adventurer who is excited to make a name for himself with his new group of friends. And you were led northward to the Southwade Woods. You arrived and found that the woods contained, it was a very dense thicket of trees, and upon entering, you discovered the remains of a once thriving city or town that had burned down several decades ago. In addition to that, you also discovered the home of the wild woman of the Southwade Woods, who introduced herself to you as Annabelle, and she agreed to come back to town with you to offer her aid if you would take a small detour to the northern side of the burnt village to deliver some tokens of remembrance to the fallen children of the town that was once there. Along the way, you engaged with some goblins and had a very close near-death experience, but ultimately you were successful. And we ended last session with the completion of the ritual of remembrance, and you guys returning to the home of Annabelle, the wild woman of Southwade Woods. And that is where we're picking up tonight's episode. So, with that said, the four of you, in accompanying with Annabelle, have made your way back to her humble abode. What would you like to do?
Oof. $1 million question.
What time is it right now, DM?
I do believe that we ended with you guys returning back to her home for pie, I think, and to spend the night. So it is still late into the evening. But as you follow her, she's hobbling herself through the woods back to her home, and she's still pushing trees and brush aside like it's nothing with her magic. But you can see now, looking up, it is a very dark but clear sky. The stars are out, bright full moon.
So, I guess the big question is whether or not we actually eat some pie or get back to Stone Waters and use Annabelle's skills to heal up the people there.
Oh yeah, I'd love some pie. If I took it out of me a little bit. Whew. Still a bit puffed out now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I think you kind of heard my question. Oh, Gideon, I don't think you quite heard my question either. I think you got to just maybe hearing one word in that sentence.
I don't know.
So, Annabelle,
Yes.
which bed is mine then? I take it you've got at least one extra, unless you fancy getting a little cozy.
Oh, you're a cheeky one. Well, no, I only have the one bed. I don't have a lot of guests. Not many people come out to visit me.
Beautiful lady like you do surprise me. But we'll talk about sleeping arrangements later. But are you still okay for us to sleep over? Use your floor, if not your bed.
Well, the floor is absolutely open. I can make a little magic and perhaps make it a little more comfortable for you.
Play your cards right, Annabelle, and you and I could be making a little bit of magic ourselves. But I digress. I heard talk of pie. Tell me more.
Well, oh, I forgot whatever pie she said she was going to make. Oh.
Retcon pie.
Retcon pie, yeah.
Retcon pie.
Well, I do have something stirring in the oven. I think you would enjoy it. It's very tasty.
I mean, to be fair, after what we went through just now, a bit of grub is something that I think all of my companions and I would appreciate. But how are you doing? If we weren't there, you might have been in a bit of bother, right?
Yeah, the goblins, they posed a threat before, but there's nothing. I whack them on the head and they tend to run away screaming. But I do appreciate all the help you provided.
No problem. And to be fair, I picked up a bit of extra scratch. I figured you should have a bit more, so I flick 2 gold coins her way. I found it on my way back. I figured you should have it.
She doesn't catch it. It lands on the floor in front of her feet, and she bends over very slowly.
Seductively.
Roll for seduction. And there is now that you're inside her house, you can see now that it is a veritable garden in here. There are various herbs and plants that adorn the windowsill, several trees and other small plants that just seem to grow naturally out of the floor and out of the walls. There's a large patch of dirt in one corner. She goes over to the 2 coins, takes a little a spade from seemingly out of nowhere, out of a pocket that you never saw, digs a hole and places the 2 coins into the dirt.
I mean, I myself carry a pouch, but what if it keeps it safe? It keeps it safe, I suppose.
No one thinks to look in the ground for my money.
No, I suppose not.
Plus, I don't spend a lot of gold. I don't go to town very often.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
Got everything I need right here.
And Hansel slowly backs up, not entirely knowing where else to take a conversation of a woman who just put gold coins into the ground.
Please take a seat at the table. I'll go get the pie. I promise you won't be disappointed.
She expecting it to grow into like a gold tree or something.
I thought,
What's she doing?
money doesn't grow on trees, but maybe that news hasn't reached as far as the woods.
Maybe she knows something we don't. Like,
Yeah.
eyeing the patch of like ground, like.
I think I come along and put my hands on both their shoulders. What are you guys talking about?
Absolutely nothing. We're excited about the pie though. Also, the lady might have just buried some gold. She's either a pirate or she knows more than we do.
And we're gonna leave that gold exactly where it is, right, Hansel?
It's her gold, isn't it?
Maybe that's
Why-
maybe that's
why-
why she's here. She's a pirate. She's left the pirate life. Now she's come here for a nice quiet retirement.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I can't think of anything else further away from the ocean than a forest. Maybe a desert.
A few moments pass, and the door that she walks through, which is covered in, it's like, think you know how you get those beads that hang from like doorways. Think that, but like completely like vines that are hanging down. She pushes through these vines, and she comes out with this large wooden plate that has what looks to be a very nice, and very sweet-smelling pie, and she lays it on the wooden table in front of you. Please eat up, enjoy. Let me get some. I don't have much in the way of utensils. Being alone. But make do.
I suppose, and I pull out my dagger.
Mhm.
And as he does pull out his dagger from his belt, there's a little flourish
Mhm.
with his hand, so it just shows he's
Nice.
very comfortable with this blade, and spins it around his fingers, and then just very naturally slices the pie into the right number of pieces.
That's a natural slice right there.
That's a natural slice, and it is even. And he starts to.
Well, I don't know. Is it DM? Is it
So
even?
Yeah, it's an even slice.
Roll
It's the
sneak
most
attack on the
even pie.
Sleight of hand roll. How carefully can you cut this pie?
It's a pretty good job.
It's like when you get
Okay.
from the Pizza Hut,
No.
and it's just like it's like one like little midget slice at the side,
She-
a giant slice.
She does take out from a nearby cabinet. She doesn't have any plates or bowls or anything like that, but she does have what looks to be dried, like these large like flat leaves that have been dried. She puts them onto the table. They're actually very sturdy, and yeah, these should do as plates.
Oh, amazing! All right, Alaskan, here's a slice for you, and Gideon, and Kate, and there you go, and Annabelle saves you this one looks like, I know they're all even, which you can see that, but this one I
Very.
think looks like the nicest. Look at the filling. Look how good said filling is. It is. Look.
She grabs you and like pinches you on the cheek. Oh, you're such a kind lad.
Oh, it's your pie.
So thoughtful.
Hansel's only being kind because he's scared of going back outside.
You shouldn't have to worry about the ghosts. The spirits are gone now. They won't return for the next full moon.
You hear that, Hansel? They're gone. Go outside. No worries.
I'm not really afraid. People you should be afraid of, and I've seen some nasty people. Spirits. I don't know.
Well,
I
the
feel
children
uneasy
are-
out in this. Yeah? Okay. I don't think so. I mean, children. But they were. I mean, they didn't help us, they didn't harm us, they didn't hurt us.
Well, they're not
Is that-
after you, dearie. They're after me.
What do you mean they're after you?
She kind of gives a look like she might have said too much. Don't worry about it. It's in the past. Long time ago.
Right.
What's in the past? What did you do something to the children? Did they do something to you?
I was young and foolish, and that's the village, the ruins you passed through, the goblins, and that was my fault. I caused the fire.
At Belmere?
At Belmere, yes.
You burned down the village?
I not on purpose, you understand? I was practicing my abilities, and I was so infatuated with perfecting my fire elemental form, and the children, we were all children then, and they were very mean. They called me names and said I would never amount to it, and I wanted to show them. I wanted to prove that I could do it, and it got out of hand. That's why I attend their graves. A penance of mine, but nothing to concern yourself with.
Well, I believe you. I don't think you did it on purpose. But all you can do is keep tending the forest, I suppose.
What do you think they want from you? Do you feel that do you feel they're angry? Do you... I mean, people make mistakes, right? That's in our nature.
They were angry at first, yes. Spirits can be wrathful and spiteful, but I think all they want really is to be remembered. So that's the least I can do for them. That's why I tend their graves. That's why I do the ritual. If I go too long, if too much time passes, they start to get mischievous again. They're afraid I'll forget them. I think ultimately what they're waiting for is for me to join them.
How long have you been here?
Going on 60 years now.
It's a long time.
Long time. I'm the only one that's left. I'm the only one that remembers.
See, that's not necessarily true though, is it? Because you shared that story with us, and now we'll remember. If you live your life alone, that's all you're gonna ever be. At some point, you've got to rest. What you've got to... I don't know, like, this is coming from myself. Like, I've made mistakes in my past, and some of them I'll own up to, and some of them I'll, you know, ignore ever happened. But it sounds to me like you've made up for what you've done. You're sorry, and somehow, some way, they must know this.
I'm not versed very well in the ways of the spirit world, and perhaps you're right, but I've been here so long already, and it's grown comfortable for me. Plus, I see how the people look at me when I go to the cities. I mean, look, I hear what they say. They say the same thing the children said back then. Some people are better off alone.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that can't have been easy. You don't see that many people, and then suddenly 4 of us turn up, and...
When you live alone, you get desperate for conversation sometimes,
Yeah.
and you blurt things out that you probably shouldn't.
I think Caton's been trying to eat his pie for a while now, but like he's feeling kind of like the emotion in the room, so he doesn't want to take a bite out of his pie. So I've had this leaf and his pie under me for about 2 minutes as kind of Annabelle and Hansel talk. Like, I'm fascinated by the conversation, but I'm like, yeah. I don't want to take a bite. I'm like,
And I think at that point, I gauge the room and pull myself out of that world and realise that there's a very good chance that Hansel's projecting a little bit. And noticing that you all got half orc with pie dripping sweet filling all over his hands. Do you know what? I appreciate you telling. There's no judgment here, at least not from myself or my colleagues. I don't want to put a dampener on it. This is a damn good-looking pie. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. And it is a very good tasting pie.
oh, nice. Okay.
Everybody take a bite.
Oh yeah.
Well, Laskin's just like holding it. And he's just like waiting for it to cool down.
Okay.
Because he likes his food cold.
Gideon's still a bit shell shocked, so he's kind of sat. He's found a stool to sit on, and he's just been looking at this pie on his lap.
Okay.
Just like in this leaf.
So, Hansel and Caton, maybe a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what? What? This lovely lady.
That is a 14.
14.
Is that saving? Sorry, that wasn't saving. That was ability.
No, do save. Oh no, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that's a 10 actually.
10 and a 14.
It's 14.
Okay. As you eat the pie. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's a good pie. However, you do for the next 8 hours. Will have advantage on Constitution checks and saving throws.
In your face, non-pie eating fools.
I'll eat my pie.
Actually, I do eat the pie. No, I do not still eat the pie.
Well, that's just blowing on it, like.
Oh yeah, it's so hot right now. By the way, when it cools down, you get disadvantage. It's a pie. The pie you can only eat hot.
Can he like blow like a tiny little bit of icy breath on it? Just try and cool it down. and then he eats it.
Is it a sweet or a savoury pie?
It is a sweet pie.
Oh. Delicious.
Half an hour, we have eaten some pie.
Yeah.
And,
Level
So-
5.
That's our level up pie. It's like rare candy in Pokemon.
it could be a level up pie, yeah. Well, the evening, unless there's anything else you want to ask Annabelle or do within her abode for the evening. After you have finished your pie, she goes about, and the house itself is relatively small. It's essentially 3 rooms: the kitchen, the main chamber, and the room that she uses for her own personal use. In the main chamber, she goes around and using her abilities as a druid with druidcraft, and certain spots on the floor, she creates flower beds that are, once you lay on them, are very soft and comfortable for an evening's rest. So unless you have anything else you want to do for the evening, you can proceed with a long rest.
I think just before I go to sleep, I just want to thank her for helping the people after the Bossiefel attack, and thank you that Sheriff Jaredok's going to be so happy, and I appreciate you coming into what must be a socially awkward situation to help these people. It means a lot for you to be able to bring your truly impressive skills to be able to help so many. So, I know that we helped you, but it's nothing compared to the amazing thing you're doing for these people. So, thank you so much.
Such a
And
schmoozer.
it's the least I can do. I don't know much about the ways of the world outside. I don't get out much, but if it helps people, I consider it's still part of my penance. I do what I can when I can.
I sleep.
I think as I'm getting into my flower bed, I'm taking my swords off my hip and my shears off my back. I think I'm gonna lean across to Gideon. Hey Gideon, it was a bit hairy back there. I just want to make sure you're okay before going to sleep.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's not. No, I'm not okay. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
I think I go over to you and I sit down, kind of cross my legs, and my leather shorts and kind of my kind of mottled leather vest, and I'm just not leather shorts, leather trousers. They're not shorts. They're just getting sexier and sexier. It's like
Lederhosen.
yeah,
As I put on my leather, I zip up my leather mask.
You want to talk about it? You keep claiming to be this hero, and you destroyed something with lots of legs before, but this must have been the first goblin fight you were involved in, right?
I don't think I'm a hero. I don't think I'm a hero.
Let me cut in here. You did some amazing stuff back there. You jumped in, you went down, you chased after some goblins. That was a huge heroic effort.
I just thought, I don't know, maybe I'm not really cut out to be an adventurer. I just thought, because I can do stuff that, like, other people can't do, and I just thought maybe, it meant something more. There's probably nothing. Probably just go back to the farm.
Do you think that any of the great heroes that exist today on the continent got to where they are by, just being amazing straight away? No, they all work for it. You've got to work for this, and what you did today was just the first step on a big journey to becoming a hero. I admit I had my doubts when we first set out, but now, that was a tough fight. You did extremely well.
Thank you. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired, and it's been a long day. It's just a lot is happening. It's just a lot.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Shut up.
I understand. I'll leave you to it. But a piece of advice. Lose a few of the belts. That's way too many. You don't need that many belts for battle.
I saw an adventurer with lots of belts once. I thought that was normal. I guess it is a few too many. He'd get in the way quite a lot.
I can imagine that. I guess the question is now, Gideon, you are an adventurer. What do you want to look like? I think of that, Kate, kind of gets.
I don't like belts.
Yeah. I think of that, Kate kind of gets up and just gives it the thumbs up and goes to his flower bed, settles in for the night.
I grab one of the. I stop for a second, but I grab one of the nicer belts and just bring it back and put it back on. It's a couple of belts, just a couple.
Can't go cold turkey on belted.
No.
All right then. Well, unless there's anything else, it is a very relaxing and comfortable night's rest that you all receive. So, I will go ahead and apply a long night's rest to you guys.
Ooh.
Let's see here.
Whoa, is that a button?
That is a button I can do. There you go.
Oh.
So, you all awaken in the early hours of the morning of the next day, and as you are all come to consciousness, you can already hear that Annabelle is already up. She is. You don't hear her inside. There is noise being made. It appears to be coming from outside the house.
I'm staying in the bed a little bit longer. Actually, no. I'm getting up. Is anyone else awake?
I think Caitlin's gonna wake up pretty early. Just picking
I,
up flowers.
Give him a little signal like a...
I nod at you. I'll take my shears. I'll strap them onto my chest, and I think I'll follow you wherever you'd like to go.
It's
No,
actually
more
a
like-
belt.
No, it's more like a diagonal thing.
Oh right.
Like a seatbelt.
Okay.
Yeah, like a seatbelt, not like a kind of like a thing.
Oh, okay. Not just like two poking up like this.
No, they sit on my back, and it's just like.
Okay. So I let him attach his gardening equipment to his body.
Farming.
Farming. Sorry. And I go to investigate said sound. Just doing
I'll go
push-ups
with him.
and outside squats, calisthenics.
I think I'm just awake, but I'm just like curled up and just kind of like watching, but not bothering to get up. Like, what are they doing? No, I don't care.
Okay. Walking over, there is a small window on the wall that contains the same door that you walk into to get inside. Looking out of it, you can see outside Annabelle, the wild woman, is already well into the preparation stage for the journey ahead. She's got a large wooden crate, a little bit larger than the one that you used the day before to carry to the gravesite. That you can now see she's filling up with. You see mushrooms. There's vials of powders and tinctures and all sorts of medicinal devices and items that she is gathering out of a small storage shed on the side of her house that is kind of built into the tree that the house is nearby. Just she's going back and forth, taking things out, putting it into the box. Doesn't seem to notice you looking.
Okay. I'm actually going to turn back then, in that case, and Gideon, Alaskan, that you see me looking back, and should we head? Do I see you awake?
Just like.
Right, she seems to be up and ready, mate. We've got to go.
She's yeah. Hansel's right. She's quite a long way through packing. We should probably get up and prepare to make our journey.
Gideon, get on.
I'm
Right?
awake. I'm awake. I'm fine. I'm awake. Let's go. I'm getting ready.
Sensational. All right, me old muckers. Shall we? Shall we grab all of our gear and let's get a wiggle on, shall we? Right.
Alright then.
I head outside. Annabelle, do you need a hand with any of that? Are you good or?
Thank you, dearie, but I'm actually just about to finish up. If you couldn't, if it wouldn't be much of a bother, if you could carry it for me, that would. I have my walking stick, and I need it to get around.
How heavy does it look?
Yes, for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like something you could probably handle.
How many would it take to carry this?
Probably only one person. It's about yay wide. You could probably pick it up, carry it. It's got handles on the side.
Yeah, no problem at all. Are happy to help. Absolutely. Gideon, Annabelle's wondering whether you can carry this stuff. Is that all right, mate?
Yeah. Yes. Of course. Anything to help.
Absolutely, mate. Honestly, you are doing a stellar job. You are doing fantastic. Honestly, basically. Mate, you are yeah, and I'll give him a hand, help throw it on his back. Is that all right? Is that stable? Is that good?
Yeah. Yes. I'm
got
fine.
lumbar support. Is there like a little waist clip? If you've got one of your belts, I can tie it round, keep it tight.
No, I'm free of belts.
Wow.
Caitlin's just nodding.
Just be careful when you run with things in your pockets.
I've got a belt.
Okay.
What do you do with all your belts, Gideon? Where are they?
They're just on the floor.
That's good. That's good leather. That is. We could do something with that. We could sell it, and use it for something.
Annabelle,
Feel free.
Gideon has given you a gift.
Oh no, my pack's full. There's like a little pack on my back.
Annabelle, we
knapsack's full.
we are keen to give you a gift. This is fine leatherette, so not real leather, it's faux leather. No animals were harmed in the making of this. These belts are yours. These are your belts. You can have them. She's a druid. Like she's gonna have a problem with leather belts, isn't she?
I mean,
Do you want to leave?
Do they have leatherette in Elderon?
I don't know.
Gideon doesn't know about druids.
Effectively, you've left animal carcasses across her floor.
He's like, you know what? I'll just chuck him in the box. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, go.
Onwards.
Onward, then. So, the lot of you, the 5 of you, make your way out of the South Wade Wood, especially having Annabelle with you, and with her ability to make the trees part at will. It's rather easy to make your way back to the familiar pathways to the grassy field on the outskirts of the forest. Let me have everybody make me a perception check.
Remind me how I do checks. I double click the
So
word
if you
or the number.
You click the number or double click.
It's not working for me actually. Double click perception, right?
In the skill section.
In the skill
Yeah.
section on the number
okay.
itself. 18, 11, 18,
Oh,
and a
baby.
4.
Kane's looking at the ground.
Yeah.
So why?
So
I think I'm looking over at Gideon, right? You know, I'm just making sure he's okay. At any moment, I want to take this crate off him.
Okay.
He's
So
stronger
as you
than he
make your
looks.
way out, as you make your way out of the forest and back towards the road leading back to Stone Waters, Orlaskin and Hansel, you notice something like at first you think it's like your eyes playing tricks on you. It's relatively early in the morning. It's about 8-9 o'clock. So the sun is still relatively low in the sky. But looking at it, it doesn't have the spherical shape that you're used to seeing. It's almost as if there's a bit of a curvature to one of the side, a little indentation to one side.
Like an eclipse, or just like a
Well,
concave thing?
make and
Is it like a like a circle shape going into the side of the circle, or like when the moon's going
it
down?
looks like it could be an eclipse. Make a history check for me.
Oh shit! Might be good at that sort of thing. I am. No, I'm not. That's a 10.
So it has the makings of what could be the beginnings of an eclipse. You with a 10, you're not certain if it's. I mean, you know there are 4 moons, and you know that eclipses do happen occasionally. You're not certain if there is one coming up, but it could be.
I think I'd be, because I'm like a bit of a learned bookworm type. I'd be like, hey guys, look up at the sun there. I think that might be what they call the start of an eclipse. You ever heard of one of those? And then he'd start like reeling off some facts about like lunar cycles and
Yeah, Hansel notices it and just keeps on looking. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gideon tries to look at the sun and is like,
Okay.
Yeah,
My eyes.
don't look directly at it.
Oh man.
Get yourself a cardboard box. Got a couple of holes in it.
But yeah, so you make your way to the road, and you begin making your way southward, back towards Stone Waters. After a few hours of travel, you begin to see the outskirts of Stone Waters up ahead. And what you notice as you approach is there is, in the outskirts around the village itself, a large, what is beginning to be the makings of a large encampment. You see several tents that are being put up or have been put up, and you see the reflection of the sunlight on the armor of several individuals that are now encamped on the outskirts of Stone Waters.
Rose Guard mofos.
that will
Rose
be
Guard.
that will be the blue rose guys we walk past on the way to Annabelle's house. I hope they let us in.
But, oh yeah,
I
there
remember-
was like
Why
a
wouldn't they?
caravan of like 50 of them or something, wasn't there?
Yeah, you try to speed in Alaskan, and I think they basically ignored you.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah, but we're
they were
not.
dreadfully rude, dice fillers. Can't believe it.
Yeah,
So
they are.
rude.
Trust me,
So
if you've
rude.
dealt with the law, they are dicks.
Are you saying you've
think
dealt with the law?
I mean, let's be honest. What one of us hasn't dealt with them at least once? You know, you have a couple of
Thought
meads
you were a
too many.
deputy.
A deputy. Well, that's, we've all got. Have you ever heard of? There's this guy called Doc. He's a bounty hunter in one of the towns further over, and I don't know if you've heard about it. He was involved in a criminal activity. He turned himself around. It happens, right? We've all dealt with the law at some point. How many of us have had a few too many meads? Maybe sparked off a little bit at someone? No. I'm seeing no's all around.
Never.
I had a
run-in with the law once.
See, she knows, and she's a murderer.
Annabelle?
Well, yes, I've gotten run out of what's the name of that town? Let me look at it real quick. Orangeshire. About 10 or 15 years back. It was when the new mayor took over. He was not aware of the services that I provided. He thought I was some wandering homeless woman. Well, I haven't been up there yet.
I can't imagine why he'd think that.
I know, right?
That sounds crazy. Well, I mean, I don't think we've got anything to be afraid of, right? So let's be honest. We're coming to help. We're not exactly. I mean, we've got weapons to defend ourselves. But we're not exactly an army.
And look, if they try and stop us, we just say, look, we're here to see
Jared.
Jared
Yeah.
gave us a mission. We've taken care of it. We brought help. They should be begging to get us in with old Annabelle here.
And if it becomes a problem, I'll just pull rank. Right? It happens. Right? As a deputy, you have that.
Of course.
You have the ability to do that. I'm pretty certain.
I still don't understand that, Hansel. I mean, he didn't seem like you were his deputy.
Yeah, but it's like, when someone gives you the key to the city, it's not an actual key, is it? It's more like a position of
You have the key to the
renown.
town?
No, which would be useful if the gates were closed. Anyway, let's quit yabbering and get moving.
What was the place called? Stonewater. Is that it?
Waters.
Stonewaters. Okay. So should we just carry on approaching? I think, right?
I think
Act natural.
Fly natural.
So, the five of you continue forward towards the town of Stone Waters. And as you get closer, you can see these are... you do see the similar, the blue garb, the armor and the blue tabard of the Blue Rose of Brookhaven. You see that there are more now than what you experienced on your travel northward. It seems that you may only passed one group that was traveling south. There are about at any given, looking around, about 12 or more carts, wagons that are now parked outside of the town of Stone Waters, and you can see now there's a large gathering. Several of the armored individuals are kind of meandering about, going about their day. They don't really seem to be engaging with the townfolk too much, but you do see the one particular group of wagons. There's 3 of them where a stout, bald, completely bald, with a long, thin beard, dwarven male man, who is has set up a makeshift fire pit where you can smell several the smell of meat cooking. You can see there's a large array of food that is being brought out, that is being prepared probably either for the army or for the people of the refugees of Stonewaters. As you make your way towards the village proper, the guards really don't the Blue Rose guard don't really seem to pay you any mind. Um, you are not accosted or approached in any way. Yeah, and you manage to make your way into town, no problem.
Seems like maybe they're just stopping by here on their way to the war, perhaps. Don't seem to be interacting with the town at all, or helping.
I mean, they did come from the north, and they wouldn't have been able to cross the mountains if they'd gone directly to the west. So maybe we should speak to Redcliffe about it, see what he has to say.
I agree. Let's go find him right now. Right now.
All right.
So are we making our way back to Happy Cooper?
Okay. You're making your way back to Happy Coopers. You can still see there. Much of the town, the situation in town has not changed. There are still several individuals. The people you've traveled with here, the nearly 1,000 individuals from Basia Fell who traveled through the trade garden, are still without any permanent shelter of any kind. There are like some makeshift tents, sleeping bags, any kind of makeshift comforts that have been placed out into the town, the central thoroughfare of the village itself, to keep these people comfortable as best they can. It is now about midday, and Orlaskin, being one of the ones who noticed it earlier, you can see now that the eclipse is continuing. It is now, you're now definitely sure this is an eclipse. It is now about a quarter of the way through. No one. There's some kids in town that can be pointing up at the sun, looking. Look, it's so weird, Mama. Some individuals that do seem to notice it, but no one's really paying it any mind.
This
And you
is
make your
definitely
way.
not coming back, is it? We're not
Would
going
I,
to
would
mention
I
this
know
again.
would I know if this had any like significance, like other than just being an eclipse? Does it have any like significance
So,
in like
go
myths
ahead.
or magical things?
So with the 10 from earlier, what you do know is that there of the 4 moons that orbit around Elderon, the largest, Xeris, is the one that is one big enough to be an eclipse that can cause an eclipse like this. The others are smaller and will their orbit they pass by at a much slower rate. So this is probably involving the largest of the 4 moons. And you've heard of eclipses happening in the past. They're not a yearly thing. They're not annual. But occasionally, when the orbits align, you will have an eclipse. Like I said, with the 10, it's hard to give you much more than that.
Okay,
It's
that's
not
fine.
considered. It's not considered like religious of any kind that you know of. It's just a cool phenomenon.
Don't worry, it won't come back in the story at all.
Come on, it's not going to be like the sun gets eclipsed and then never comes back out, and then the world is covered in monsters.
The moon falls.
No, I mean
Oh
you've
wait,
heard
that's
of
Final
eclipses
Fantasy
in the
15. Sorry.
no, you've heard of eclipses in the past. They've happened before.
Cool.
But you make your way over to Happy Cooper's, and stepping inside, you do see a looks to be a bit more stressed out Jeradoc Redcliffe. He is currently at the bar with the ever frowning Happy Cooper, as well as what appears to be an individual of um, noble upbringing.
Oh,
You see a rather rotund human male, currently engaged in conversation with Jeradoc. He has a pencil thin mustache. Um, looks like a long, fine, like silken robes on, and he is currently not hostage is not the right word, but there appears to be accompanying him a pair of uh, what looks to be rose guard that one is kind of standing off to the side and is kind of surveying the room. Uh, he appears to be in his late 40s, also human, um, crew cut hair, blonde, uh, looks to be a very athletic type. When the door opens, you walk in. He immediately looks at all of you, and then on the other side of this human male, a younger individual, probably no more than 18 or 19, very skinny, uh, middle, about shoulder length hair, brown, who is sitting at the bar and is not really paying attention to you guys as you walk in, but his focus seems to be towards the opposite side of the room, where there is a large gathering of individuals who are probably refugees who are engaged in conversation and not really paying him any mind, but he is every now and then like he'll look at the man talking with Jeradoc and then look over to the group of individuals and kind of smile. But yeah, that's what you see when you walk in.
Hey, since you're the deputy, maybe you should go and report in. Well, I mean, he looks like he's in conversation. He might get angry if one of us go and talk to him.
You know what? Like, when I was first deputized by Jaradoc, he seemed a little angry, and that was when he was relatively calm. Look at him now; he seems a little angrier. I reckon my man Gideon over there is the perfect person to introduce Annabelle. I'm just gonna have a chat with Kalinda for a second. Is Kalinda in the bar, by the way?
Make a
That's the
perception
abjurist,
check.
right? Okay,
That's
cool.
the abjurist, yeah.
Perception. That is a 14.
Looking around the room, you do not see the abjurist.
Okay. Tell you what, you guys carry on without me. I just want to go look for Kalinda for a real second, and I'm just gonna sidle off and somehow blend into the crowd.
All right.
Look.
You know what? Why don't you go ahead and make me a stealth check? This isn't to hide. This is more to blend in.
No. It's just a sort of. It's not great, but it's a 14.
Okay. I will keep this in mind.
I
Thank
think
you.
that I will, maybe if the others follow me and lead them, I'll bring the wild woman and go and sit at the bar next to the other person. Have like the wild woman next to me, just trying to get his like eye to catch her. To be like, huh?
I think it's Alaska's trying to do that. I'm just like, hey, Redcliffe.
At this point, the conversation between the two men stop, and Jeradoc turns and looks in the direction of you, Caden. Oh, you've returned. And I see you've got the wild woman.
She prefers to be called Annabelle.
Right. Annabelle. That's wonderful news. I'm glad your mission was successful. Hopefully it didn't cause you too much of an issue to get there and back. In fact, if he looks over to Annabelle, if you don't mind, Miss Annabelle's fine. If you don't mind, Annabelle, let me get you in contact with the apothecist, Varunda, and get you set up right away. There's plenty of people that need aid. I'm actually quite impressed with all of you. To be honest, I didn't expect you to be successful in this mission.
I'm just like, yeah, pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean the dragon knows magic, and Gideon here can swing a sword. And
And I
Hansel,
see. Oh,
Hey,
I was about to say I see you lost your dead weight, but if he's still with you.
Yeah, he's your deputy, right? He dead weight.
No, my deputy is currently taking care of business and is not currently available.
Oh, so you don't? Hansel doesn't work for you?
No, Hansel does not work for me at all.
Right. And who's your friend, by the way? Hi, by the way. Nice to meet you.
As you wave at him, he turns and kind of he looks you up and down. He's,
Just like looking him up and down, like.
all right. Yes, I suppose I should introduce myself to your friends, Deridoc. I am the Marquis Jession Ellenwis. We are currently attempting to negotiate the safety of my people that have just arrived in this backwater city of Stonewaters. Apparently there's no longer any room for individuals, and I'm currently discussing this with the Rose Guard captain here. They're like, yes, well, unfortunately after you all left last night, we had another wave of refugees come in. Apparently Basiafel was not the only village attacked by the Empire. It seems now Kandamari has now fallen to the Empire Scourge. And the Marquis here is, well, he led a large group of individuals towards the safety of Brookhaven. And Stonewaters is, of course, the first refuge along the route. And now I have not only the people that you arrived with, but now I have an additional 300 to 500 more that I now have to find a place to keep them.
You Marquis, did you bring these knights with you? There's all knights everywhere now. Are they yours?
Well, not all of them are mine. I through the passage to Trade Garden, when I announced my connection to the governor of Kandamari, the captain there assigned a few individuals to me for protection. I am afraid I won't be in Stonewaters very long. The individuals here, the ones that travel with me, I will be leaving them here, but I must get to the capital immediately.
Right, so you don't need much protection here, clearly.
But these individuals, he looks to the left and right of him. I do have an entourage that will accompany me to the capital. I've been there a few times before. The King's Road is not exactly the most dangerous journey. But
you're leaving the refugees here?
Yes, they will not be traveling with me.
Right.
I have a very important meeting I must get to.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you're just gonna leave them here?
Well, they seem to be in capable hands.
That's unacceptable. I'm sorry, Marquis. Like, you can't do that. We don't have the capacity here at Stonewaters. There are people who need help. What could be possibly so important that you would need to take your guard and go to Kanamari?
Well, I'm not going to Kandamari. I'm from Kandamari, and I will be traveling. I'm traveling to Brookhaven, the capital, the kingdom's capital. And as far as what my reasonings behind that are, I believe that is none of your concern. It is a business. It is governmental business, I'm afraid, and does not concern the likes of you.
I guess it concerns us when we're looking up your refugees. I think Caton kind of, I think he's starting to kind of get a bit taller now, a bit kind of, and I think he's come from a place of care for these refugees.
From my understanding, there is a mission underway to provide a place of safe haven for these individuals that have arrived, not only with me, but the group that came before. I believe the abjurist, Miss Fairchild. I believe I only met her briefly. I believe she's currently working on that. She left this morning.
Oh yeah, we've heard all about that. Funny you should mention it. Sounds like it's going to be falling in our lap.
Well, unfortunately, as much as I care about the people that the people of Kandamari, I am not their governor. I am simply I'm in a position of influence, you would say, and I was given direct orders by the governor himself to complete said mission. So I'm afraid, in order to do my job, I have to leave.
Oh, I understand. I understand completely.
And if you haven't noticed, there is a large regiment of Rose Guard that has now arrived in Stonewaters, as well as the fine captain here, who are, I believe, they're all more than capable of taking care of the individuals that have arrived with me. And so I don't think my presence is really required here.
I look at the others like, well, not really much
Yeah.
else to say here, I think.
Yeah.
This all goes over Gideon's head. I'm just like,
Seems like politics, messing with this guy's not going to get us anywhere, I don't think. We should just help the abjurist clear that space for the refugees if we want to do something to help.
I think Caden doesn't say anything, but he's just looking at him, giving him that stare down, like, you were their leader, and you abandoned them, and I know that, but I'm not going to say any of this.
Well, it appears, Captain, that you have pressing business that these gentlemen need to address with you. So I will be returning to my quarters. I appreciate you providing the entourage for my journey northward, and I will be leaving later on this evening. Yes, so it is a pleasure to meet you all. I hope everything goes well with you. We probably will not meet again. In that he gets up and makes his way upstairs.
Lasson gives
Bye!
a sarcastic but flamboyant bow.
Now, what you do notice as he begins leaving, the more stern, like crew cut in the guard, immediately follows behind him. The younger one, the 18 to 19-year-old, does not. He continues to sit at the bar, and you all see he constantly like looks over to the crowd on the other side of the bar. You see him give like a little sheepish grin and kind of like look away again. Make a perception check.
Hanzo is gonna
Perception.
walk over there in a minute.
Caden is not aware. Like,
For the wise guy, he's not very aware.
Or Laskin. You kind of you look at this young kid and kind of follow his gaze, and you begin to piece this information together. You look over in the other side of the room, and there is a young, busty half elf female who is every now and then kind of glancing over at him and kind of like giving him a little wave and smiling, and like then. You can tell there's some flirting going on and some playful back and forth, but neither one seem to be acting on it.
I'll just be like, lean over to him. Would you like me to introduce you?
I mean, do you know her?
Oh no, but you know, you just got to be brave. If you're not brave enough, then I can just go and talk to her, and she can come over to you.
Well, I don't. Do you think she would like me?
Sure, strapping lad like you. Who wouldn't?
I mean, if you want to introduce me, I would appreciate it.
He's a
She's
knight.
very
right?
pretty.
He's wearing the.
He's
Yeah,
wearing the
Rose
Rose Guard armor, yeah.
sure. Ladies love knights. Trust me.
I mean, don't tell her this, but I've only been a knight for 3 months.
What's that? You've been a knight for 5 years? No problem. Leave this to me. And I go and walk over to that woman, and like, excuse me, I'm Alaskan. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, lovely name. Pleasure to meet you. My friend over there, he's a very brave knight, and he was just wondering if you might come and have a little chat with him. He didn't want to leave his post, you see. He's got to keep an eye on the place. But, you know, if you could just come over, he'd be happy to buy you a drink, maybe, and have a little chat.
Oh, you're
How's that sound?
You're friends with the cute little cute young man over there.
Oh yeah, you see that guy in the armor? And yeah.
Yeah,
Very
he's been
strapping
waving at
man.
me all day, all morning.
Oh yeah,
I've been
quite
cool-
handsome,
I've been-
isn't he?
He's very handsome,
Yes.
and I do love a man in armor.
Don't we all? Go on, just go and have a chat up. Strike up a conversation with him. You'll get along with him. Trust me. Lovely guy.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
That is an 18.
very good.
18,
Huge.
pretty good. She seems to contemplate it for a second. She says, all right, I mean,
Just like,
you only have one life to live, right?
hmm? Exactly.
Very,
You
very
won't regret it.
and you see her. She walks over, and
Just wink
the
at
two
him.
of them. Yeah. Oh, he gets wide-eyed as she starts walking over. But the two begin to engage in conversation. And if you listen in, if you kind of eavesdrop a little bit, they apparently start to hit it off. He's very shy and very cautious with his words, and you see him stumbling over his words. But she's very playful and flirty, and yeah, I seem to hit it off.
I walk up to the other two and like put my hands on their shoulders, like, it's my good deed for the day done, and I think there might be a favour in our pockets there.
I think as Alaskan you were doing this, I think Kate ordered a drink at the bar and was just really enjoying this. It's just like one of those childish moments. So I think you come back and I've got a mug of ale in my hand, and I'm like, that was great to watch.
You got one of those for me?
No, but I can get you one, and I lean over to the barkeep, whoever that is, and I kind of say same again, but for my friend.
It's happy.
Happy.
Is it happy?
It's Happy, who kind of grumbles and scowls as you call for another one, but he obliges. He gets you another drink.
Oh, sheepishly, just like awkwardly as he brings the other drink, I'm like,
One more, please.
Well, enjoy it. There he goes and pours the third one.
I-
Go ahead.
I think as he comes back as well, I'm like, kind of got this much left, like, and happy. I'm really sorry. Just one more. We want one more. That's it.
Yeah, I'm keeping tabs.
Yep. Add it to Hansel's room.
Handle literally pops up.
Oh,
classic.
No, he doesn't. Sorry.
So
I object.
So altogether, the total, we got 4 drinks now, 3 drinks. What did you say?
You've
so
got 3.
four,
Hansel's not here.
4 drinks, and
4
I've
drinks?
put them on the tab under Hansel. Yeah.
Okay.
What was it?
So
Hansel doesn't have
How
a
much
room.
money did you give us? Yes, last time.
Ooh,
So
I
the
don't
group
know,
loot
did you-
checker.
The group play.
Yeah.
Did you write it down?
I didn't write it down like a fool.
I know Hansel took the silver.
20 gold pieces.
Ah,
No bone.
I'll cover drinking for years.
No, I've got no bone dice.
No, I don't.
So the
Brackets.
number of drinks you've ordered comes out to like 2 or 3 silver. We'll say 3 silver. It's not that expensive. As you're
Just happy one payment now, or does he want to just put it on tab?
you can start a tab if you like to.
Yeah, put it on tab.
I'd like to start a tab under Hansel.
Your name's Hansel. All right, fine. Pay me before you leave.
Jokes on you.
Will
Hansel
do.
doesn't even have a second name. Could be any Hansel. Town's full of Hansels.
As you begin imbibing the fruits of your labor, Jaredok turns to a lot of you. And goes, well, I need to get Annabelle to the apothecist. I'll check in with you in a moment. But the sooner I can get her to the individuals that need her aid, the better. Miss Annabelle, if you don't mind, let me show you to where the work is being done. Anything I can do to help. And both Jaredok and Annabelle make their way out of out of Happy Cooper's Inn to the thoroughfare outside, and you are all now left to your own devices.
Let's get drunk.
Do we have a room in the inn? I don't think because we slept. We didn't sleep. We just kind of walked in, right? And we went to a corner. Could we? I'm gonna go. I don't know. There's no room. I'm gonna go speak to Happy. Happy. We've never even introduced ourselves.
I don't
Happy,
know who
right?
you are. Yeah, I'm happy. This is my inn.
Nice to meet you. Right. I was wondering whether you had any rooms a going in your inn. I have coin, if that will sweeten the deal.
Right, you and everybody else
Has coin or needs a room?
needs a room.
Yeah, but I've got coin.
You've got coin,
Yeah.
and so does the Marquis, and so do several other very wealthy
Yeah,
individuals.
Marquis. But yeah, what do you know about him? Is
I
that
don't know.
guy the fellow who just walked in that round there? The plump guy.
He kind of looks at you. I'm afraid I can't talk about my guests.
Oh, right.
It's unprofessional.
Right. No. I completely get you. I completely get it. So that's a no to the rooms.
How much coin you got?
How much is a room, Squire?
Well, rooms are in hot demand right now.
They are in hot demand.
I will tell you, the Marquis paid 20 gold for his.
Yeah, but is his really fancy, or is it just a bog standard?
I gave him the best room I could afford.
See, that's the difference, my friend. I don't need the best. What if I gave you 4 gold? What would that get me? Bear in mind, I've got a tab going with my friends. You know, it says at least 4 drinks, and look at the size of that one back there, and I point to Caton. He does not look like he's having 1 drink, does he?
Doesn't. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I don't think I'm very good at
Nice.
Oh, hey, that's a sticky 5, my friend.
You talk a good game, but unfortunately, I don't have any rooms available.
Okay. Well, you can't fault a guy for trying. Can I get at least what is your least watered down ale?
Reaches under the bar and pulls out a relatively. It's you can see now there are several bars or several bottles that line the shelf behind them that are like half full to like quarter full, and several of them don't have any labels on them. But he does reach under the bar and pull out one that looks to be a fine make, and it does have on it a label. Let me pull this up real quick.
Shut the front door. We got labels.
We got labels. I do have different types of drinks here. It is
What?
It's called Barnaby's Finest.
Oh, it sounds good. Is there enough in there for 2 cups?
It looks to
be
be.
filled?
It looks to be like it appears to be completely full. Like it has not even been opened.
Is this like the brewdog of Elderon?
Barnaby's finest, man. Oh, nice.
Do you know what? This looks fantastic, and I'm sorry I was a little bit cheeky earlier. do you know what? It's my first time in a new town. There's a lot going on. There's a war. You can't fault a guy for trying, but this looks fantastic. How much is it, my good man?
Well, you've already said you've got coin.
I
And
said
this
I've got
is-
coins of various denominations.
And this is a very fine brew. Very old, very aged brew.
Well, you see, I want a new one. I don't want any of the old stuff. Like, fresher the
understand.
better.
Well, I disagree. The older the better. In the case of this,
How old is
hasn't
this
been
one?
opened. This one hasn't been opened in 15 years.
Wow, that's a long
So for
time.
a glass of this, 2 gold apiece.
Do you know what? I'm pulling your leg. What's money? You know, there's a war. I feel like you and I are going to be firm friends. I know you're not smiling, but I can see it in here. And I give him the 2 coins.
Okay.
Can I have 2 somewhat clean glasses or mugs to go with it? Is that right?
You think I don't clean my mugs?
No, I'm just saying. Do you know what? You are full of people. How do I know that someone else hasn't put an old one down? And you know, you know.
I'll get you clean mugs.
Thank you very much. Happy is it, or is that just a moniker?
I know, my name is Happy.
Okay.
You can't tell.
No, it's great. It absolutely suits you. Thank you very much. And with that, I take my glasses, my mugs or whatever,
Mhm.
and I would like to sidle on over to Jaredok.
He is left. But you do notice as you turn around to look for him, the 2 individuals, the young couple that has now had engaged in conversation for a while now, you see a big grin come over the face of the young woman, who now grabs the knight, the young inexperienced knight by the arm, and she leads him upstairs.
Alright.
Interesting. I.
Matchmaker or Laskin in the house.
No, Jolaskin, you did that.
I did do that.
I'm gonna put the bottle in my bag, and I'm gonna put the glasses back.
Okay.
And as I do put the glasses back, Happy. Do you know what? You've made me think. 15 years. It would be a shame to spoil it. I think I'm gonna save this for a special occasion. But thank you very much. Here are your glasses. Here are your tankards, flagons. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, I think.
Okay. I think I'm gonna join the group.
Okay.
Which
So
sit at the
you
bottom.
You guys are all sitting there enjoying your
I turn to my left.
enjoying your drink as Hansel now joins the conversation.
I think when I see Hansel. Hansel?
Yeah. What's up?
What? Why did you lie about being the deputy?
What?
You lied. You're
I
not
lied
really
about-
the deputy. You're not really the deputy. Jaredok told us.
Oh no, I'm not the deputy. I'm a deputy. There's more. than one.
Oh. Makes sense. Okay.
Is that-
Sorry.
Does it
Sorry
make
to call you a
sense?
liar. Yeah, it makes sense.
What
I'm
was
sorry
it?
to call you a liar, Hansel.
Okay.
You know, did you give my gold to the poor? Do you remember we found that gold? Did we give that to Jaredok to help with the mission? You remember we found all that gold with the or at least my side. I gave mine away, didn't I?
I was.
How much
I
did you
was
take? So we got
leading.
we got 60 gold from the last one. What did you take again? Just sleight of hand. Last. Do you remember?
Oh, you're asking me as a not as
I'm
a
asking you
character.
as a human being.
No,
Yeah.
I just took,
Hey.
it was 500 silver, but I feel like 500 was too much. Was it
It was
50?
60 gold pieces and 500 silver.
Yeah, so I took 500 silver.
Okay. So we yeah, I mean we got 60 gold pieces. No, we haven't given it to Sheriff Redcliffe yet, Captain Redcliffe.
Well,
Okay.
obviously,
I was
we
thinking,
need to take a cut for ourselves for our trouble, right?
do you know what I was thinking? Just that, all right. And I've had a bit of a change of heart, and I feel horrible. Look at me, I feel horrible. And I know I said let's give it to charity, but do you know what? I think we can use this money
Yeah.
in better ways.
The
You know,
thing is,
teach
these
a man to
people-
fish.
These people don't need gold. They need
They don't need
wood
gold.
for houses, and they need food. But gold's not going to get them anything.
An education program.
There's no supply. There's no supply, but a lot of demand.
I think we should give them 40 gold and we'll take 20. That's 5 each. We don't
See,
need
I
any
don't-
more than that.
I mean, you are so on the right lines.
You're so close.
So close.
Just change those two numbers around, and you're right. You're right where you need to be.
Just
You know
think of the good we can do for these people. We'll
Right.
give it to,
But
we'll give it to the
you know what-
guard. We won't give it to the people. They will
Have
use
you
it
ever heard of a phrase? There's a phrase, and it's really, I think it's poignant right now. Time is finish the blank. Time is
time. Time is time. Bar is
time
bar.
time
Gold
is
is gold.
Time is money, and I think we can donate time to these people.
Well, think about it. We're about to help them even more by getting them that other thing that they need, which I've forgotten the name of.
Housing.
So, some kind of place which needs clearing out.
I think Gideon's looking backwards and forwards between everyone like, I have no idea what to think. I barely have a brain.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt, but who was that? Who was that fella you were talking to? Like, I can't. I was trying to find Kalinda. I think she's gone. Right? Is that, you know, the abjurist? She's gone. I tried to find her.
She's
But
gone.
who are you talking to? Because you've spoken to Jaredok, I know. There was a bigger, like a fat guy, pencil mustache, and yeah, what was that all about?
His name is Marquis Jessian Elwis, and he's a coward. He basically led the people here from Katamari, which has also been attacked, and he's leaving them here before he moves on to Brookhaven on what he calls a special mission.
What a prick!
Sounds like
Exactly.
politics to me, Hansel.
He didn't seem very nice.
No.
Something about him just got a bit of a funny feeling.
Do you know what I found in my time, albeit not as long as, you know, others? If you treat people a certain way, it all comes back round. It's karma. You I just feel, you know, people like that who treat people like that, it's just, you know, one day they're going to get what's coming to them, you know? But that's not for us to worry about, you know? We've got our own lives to worry about. I noticed
You need to
you,
worry about.
or Alaskan. I noticed you having a conversation with those two. They went upstairs. Were you involved in that? Was that you?
Oh
With
yeah,
the little-
I'm a little, you know, can work a little magic with words from time to time.
I am very impressed. Oh, while he's on duty as well.
Listen, I helped him out, and you've heard of quid pro quo, right? Well,
Is that a spell?
I scratched his back, and now who knows?
Oh, you're not going up there later, are you?
Maybe we need him to scratch our back before he leaves.
Back scratching spell? What do you mean, magic words?
You know what? Don't worry about it. I just wanted him to be happy.
That's good. I like people when they're happy.
Yeah. How did he get a room?
I think
He's
he
with him.
went with
He's with the Marquis. Yeah.
He took he took that girl in with the marquee.
No, she took him up to her room, I think.
How did she get a room?
Oh, I don't know. Who knows what's going on here?
I mean, we haven't tried to get a room yet, so we don't know how difficult
I did.
it is.
I did. It's so ruddy bloody hard.
Well,
Happy?
It's a little bit busy, Hansel.
It is
I
a bit
mean,
busy.
To be fair.
So do you know what? I'm going to be open and honest with you. I quite like you guys, and I feel like we can do a lot more. It's a pretty rough situation that everyone's in, and I feel that we can absolutely help here, but where should we start? I mean, there's nowhere where we can sleep tonight, so unless we earn our bed, I don't know what else we can do. Jaredok's gone, Kalinda's gone. And I assume that Annabelle's gone with Jaredok then.
I think we're just gonna have to rough it somewhere for the time being. Like all these other people. We're not special.
I agree. Well, I've got some people to check in on. I suggest after this drink, I'm maybe gonna go see where they are and maybe see you guys in the morning and figure out what's next.
I think we should go and speak to that the Abjura and find out what she wants us to do about that. What was the place she was trying to clear?
Lake Hall.
Lake Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, is it like midday still?
It's about midday still. Yeah, you've only been in the bar for about an hour.
Would I be aware of Lake Hall and where it is roughly in proximity?
Make a history check.
Yes, sir. Skills history. I gotta make sure I'd actually do the right one because I got a -2 in history. That's a 7. Oh,
7. You've heard of Lake Hall?
What?
It is.
It exists.
It is a town a little ways about a few hours to the east. And what you know about Lake Hall, there used to be some trade trading between Stone Waters and Lake Hall, but a few years back, all trading between the two cities stopped. There was about 5 years ago, during a particularly impressive spring season, there was a large amount of flooding, and the river. What's the name of that river? Shoot, let me look at it real quick. I got it written down. I know I do. I'll get the name of the river here in a little. The river that the Lucidon River, that Lake Hall is located on or near, flooded, and it flooded the town, and a lot of people migrated out. A good many migrated back over to Stone Waters, but those who remained after the flood receded stopped really interacting with the people of Stone Waters altogether. Kind of cut themselves off.
Where is it in? Sorry, how far away is Brookhaven from Stonewaters? By travel, just would I know that?
The capital itself.
Yeah.
Well, you guys. Gideon would have at least has seen a map or knows enough about Brookhaven to know that the capital is about a week's journey northward.
Okay, so it's a distance. Okay,
it's a good distance.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, let's go talk to her and see if we can. I don't know if we can. We might be able to get there today, but we'd probably have to camp overnight somewhere. It's a good few hours on the road, but we could probably make it there today.
Is she at Lake Hall? Sorry, is she at Lake Hall?
Well, you don't know for certain, but you know that the Marquis mentioned that she'd left this morning.
Let me just check in quickly with everybody, and yeah, she will be fine to come along.
Cool. Guess what we're doing.
So I think Katie would like to check in with Henry and the rest of the guys, the elders of the refugees that he kind of helped escort into Stone Waters. Don't imagine it will take too long, so we'll be back within about 20 minutes, I think.
Okay. You looking around the tavern, you don't see Henry or the individuals that you traveled with inside the tavern.
Yep.
It's possible they've moved outside, but they're not currently in the tavern.
Okay. I guess I'll probably stay with the group then, as I looked around for those folks, and I guess as we exited the tavern, I'd look around for them. But failing to find them, I probably wouldn't go searching for them.
Okay. So you guys are
can we
leaving
try and
Happy
find?
Coopers?
Yeah, well, try and find Jaredog. Where did he go? He left, right?
He left with Annabelle.
Can we try and locate him? Just to ask him about that mission
Okay.
that he wants done
Sure.
or she wants done. So we're not just
so
like
you-
going there without anyone asking us.
Well, if that's the case, you're going to leave Happy Coopers Inn
Yeah.
and make your way outside. As the time you have spent inside, stepping outside now, you can see now, the sky has gotten darker. Looking up, the eclipse is almost at full effect. There are several individuals who are just kind of looking up in awe at it, and looking around the main thoroughfare. You do eventually see a little ways to the north and the east. You can see the building that you can see a small, simple sign on the front that says apothecary, and there is a few workbenches and tables that have been set up outside. You can see over there the figures of Gerodoc, Annabelle, and the apothecus Veruda.
Okay, so I guess we'll go over there and approach them.
Okay.
Jaredok,
Right. I was just about to head back to the tavern. You all did an excellent job getting Annabelle here to us. The supplies she brought with her will be very helpful in helping these individuals and getting them patched up. And I suppose we did agree on a payment of some kind. So I've spoken with my deputy, and I've sent him back to the barracks, and we've cobbled together. It's not a lot, but it is. You've done a good deed by me. So he pulls a little satchel out, and you can see now there's another small individual that is standing off the side, a halfling male, and probably in his 30s, in the same kind of garb as Gerodoc. Kind of when he says deputy, kind of like motions over to him. Like I said, it's not much, but he hands it to whoever was the first to approach. I think it was Alaskan. He puts it in.
oh, my weak little arm, like, oh.
And there's some heft to it.
Yeah, I won't counter or anything. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
What about the money we're giving to them that we found?
just hold on a minute, Gideon. Just let me do the talking. here
What's
for a
the
second.
what's the point in this?
Here,
I
Gideon,
don't understand.
hold this money. Gideon, look at the money. Here, Gideon, look at this. So, Jaredok, talk to us about Lakehall. We were discussing our options, and we were thinking that we'd like to help out there if possible, and we just want to know what needs to be done.
Yeah, right. Yes, so the Abdress was going to wait till later on today to leave, but the arrival of the Marquis and the additional refugees kind of pushed the timetable up a bit. She did ask if it would be prudent to wait for your arrival, your return. Apparently you agreed to help her out. I'm not quite sure on the details of that, but the Marquis was insistent that his people were helped as soon as possible. So she left this morning. Lake Hall's a little ways east of here. To be honest with you, we haven't had a lot of interaction with them in the past couple of years. Not ever since the flood. Apparently, those who returned, the village had some difficulty. They rebuilt it. I don't know if they have some animosity towards us for not helping them with the rebuilding. But ever since then, they've been pretty reclusive. So the Abdress is going to ask for their aid in this situation.
So to be clear, we're to go over there and try to convince them to let in some refugees. That's the mission.
Well, that's her mission. The reason she wanted you was just for protection, I think. But the Marquis offered some of his personal guard, and that's the reason why she left this morning. You're more than welcome to offer the additional aid, I think she would appreciate it.
Is there anything else that needs to be done around town?
Oh well, looking around, there's a lot of people here, and although the Rose Guard, the Blue Rose, they're camped outside, but they're not going to be here for very long. I know they've got some butchers and some individuals who are getting ready to provide some sustenance to these people, and I do appreciate that, but they'll be leaving in the morning. So I still have a lot of individuals that I have to take care of once they're gone. So any aid you can provide in that. And as you're having this conversation, you hear a loud noise ring out from the direction of Happy Cooper's Inn, followed by a scream, several screams, as a lot of individuals come running out the door into the main thoroughfare. Immediately, Jaredot grabs his gun, his firearm, and let me look at this, and pushes you aside and begins running towards Happy Cooper.
I'm gonna draw my sword and run after him.
Yeah, I will chase, but I won't draw my sword.
Okay. You all, you going to
Hot
Hounslow?
pursuit.
You all follow after Jaredok as he makes his way inside Happy Cooper. You can see now, there's all the individuals that are inside are now running outside, wide-eyed, terrified. As you run inside, there is you see the familiar figure of the young woman from earlier who went upstairs with the young man, who is just sitting in the middle of the tavern, just bawling her eyes out. She is unconsolable, and she's like, I don't know why he did it. And she just he shot him. I don't know why. Why he's such a sweet boy.
What? Who shot who? What? Show us.
I think he. Yeah, Jaredok. Where's this at? She points up to the stairs, and Jaredok immediately begins running upstairs. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like looking at the big guys. Like,
I'll go first.
All right.
I'll like
You all-
awkwardly with my sword
You
dunk
all-
on the stairwell. Oh, shit.
I think as I'm chasing behind you, as you kind of like clip it behind you, I'm just ducking like.
You all dash upstairs behind Jaredok, and you see, as you get up there, you see Happy Cooper, who is now standing outside an open doorway to a room. He's just like, he's got a look of shock and awe on his face. As Jaredok darts inside, you all follow suit, and as you look inside, as you get to the doorway and look inside, you see the now lifeless corpse of the Marquis lying dead on his floor in cold blood, bleeding out, and no sign of the young man from earlier.
oh no.
And that's going to take our break.
Oh no!
That's awesome.
What are you doing? Oh my god.
I literally imagine, Carl, you've orchestrated this from the beginning. Like, it's been an hour and a half in the making. How
How the
dare you?
hell am I going to pretend it was me who sorted it out? Oh, fade away so I can ask questions.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna take a quick
So-
break, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. So see you soon.
Make it quicker.
Hi.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. We've come back from our break, and it's time to find out what the hell is going on. The Marquis
guys
has
just
been
been
murdered
shot?
or something. I don't know.
Can I finish the sentence that I started before we went to the break?
Yes, finish
Sure,
it.
go ahead.
I would like to run in and put my hands on him and use my healing hands.
Okay.
Oh.
You dick. And bat his hands away. I'm joking.
So I would ask you to make a medicine check.
If you roll a natural 20 now, I swear to Jeebus.
Oh, because you're an
Probably
Aslar,
not.
aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey-o.
9.
So you run up to him, throw your hands on him, and as you're preparing to cast your lay on hands, I mean, he's dead. You don't feel a heartbeat. You are free to pump the points into it if you'd like to, but your experience with your abilities, you know it won't work.
Oh no.
Sucky. He's dead. I can't do anything. I just step back, just like, sorry, looking at the guard and whoever else is looking sad around. I'm sorry, I can't do anything.
Look at the others like, what was he expecting to do?
Yeah, of course you'd have no idea.
Yeah.
I just ran up, touched him, went, he's dead.
Has he gone?
At this point, Jaredot comes in like, please step away. Let me take a look. As Jaredot's begin expecting the body. Did nobody see what happened here? What happened? He's like, I don't know. The lady, she ran downstairs. We heard a shot. We heard a loud noise. The lady comes down screaming. I come up to check it out. The man's dead.
Gentlemen, let's go get that lady.
Please,
I'm like waiting for the
I
others
need
to
to question her now.
Chug, 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 chug.
All right, you guys all run back downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking around. Give me a perception check.
Oh, she's gone, I swear.
Come on. Show me the money. That's an 18 again.
That's a 9.
Oh,
Dirty
Caden.
20.
For once, you're paying attention, my friend.
Nice.
Looking around the tavern, all of you, even with the 20 Caton, you don't see her.
I don't know why one of us didn't stay down with her.
Just didn't seem obvious, right?
This is a panic.
Oh, this is too much for my fragile little mind to take.
I think I would just maybe go out to the door, just look out and quickly see if
I
can see
yell,
her.
did anyone see the girl?
We'll use the same 18 as you stick your head out and look around. You see a few individuals. There's a large crowd out here now from everybody from the tavern coming out, and it is chaos. There are children crying and screaming. There's parents trying to comfort people. A lot of people asking questions. You can now see there's a large number, not large, about a dozen or so Blue Rose Guard from the outskirts of the city who are now making their way in, hearing the commotion and ruckus. Anybody seen the girl? One individual, I saw someone run that way, and he kind of points in direction towards the coast.
I look back into the, like pointing over, like this way. I just start running over there.
I think Hansel just sprints out. Hansel sprints towards that direction.
I look at Caton like, are we doing this?
I think Kate is just going to follow Hansel. I don't know. Kate doesn't know what's going on at the moment.
All right. So, you run in the direction of where the individual pointed, and the town of Stonewaters is not that large. Like I said, on a good day, prior to all the refugees, about 350 people max. So there's not a lot of buildings here. But currently, in the current situation, there is a large mass and gathering of individuals. Go ahead and make me, those of you who are outside, go ahead and make me another perception check.
Crikey.
17.
3.
Oh my
I've got
gosh.
5. Kate's
Yikes.
back to his
5.
derpy self.
With a 17, you can see. You're looking. You don't. Even with a 17, you're looking around. You don't see anyone that matches the description of the young lady from earlier.
Uh-huh.
You do see about 100 or so feet ahead of you. Looks like to be an older couple, a man and a woman. The woman is currently on her ass on the ground as the old man's kind of like both human. And the old man's kind of trying to help her up. He's like, and you can see that she's in pain. There was they were near a cart, like a little small cart that has been knocked over. There's some fruits and vegetables that have tumbled out. But yeah, no sign of the girl.
So I yell, "Which way?" As I keep sprinting towards the old couple. We are full on sprint mode.
Someone run that way.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and the general vague direction is just towards the ocean. You all travel that way.
Yeah.
I'm following Hanzo.
I'm following Hansel because he's
All right, so you begin sprinting out of the village, towards the coast, towards Pavati Cove. No sign of any individuals this way. Go ahead, and anyone who has the skills to do so, make a survival check.
Ooh, are we by any chance tracking a human?
It's a
The
half-elf.
girl was a half elf.
Ah, yeah.
That'll explain my
Your
7.
Is your thing humans or humanoids?
It's humans, it's not humanoids. My favourite enemy. Yeah.
Track 'em good.
I
I've got
can't.
proficiency in survival,
Oh, no,
but I
that's
rolled
perception.
a
Ignore that.
3.
Survival.
17. Looking around, Kate, you're looking around for anything, any sign of this individual, and just as you're about to give up, as you're getting desperate, you spot something. Some disturbances in the ground, the grass. It looks like from someone running. It does appear to be tracks, shoe prints, boot prints. And based off the distance between the individual prints, this is someone who is at a dead sprint, running hard. And you do have a general direction you can go, and it does appear to be leading south in the direction of Pavati Cove.
Follow me. I think I've picked up the trail. And I step in front of Hansel and start running towards the.
Think we're gonna explore your whole map just in sprint mode.
I start heading towards the Pavati Cove.
I think all Alaskan's just like, oh my god. Are we nearly there?
So,
We need it.
that being said,
Cool us down.
what is the marching order here?
Oh, definitely at the back.
I think it's Caton, Hansel, Gideon, or Alaskan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
It's not a far distance to get to the cove. Stone Waters is located on a bit of a cliffside, and within 15-20 minutes of full hard running, you eventually can see the waters of the Innistrada Ocean in front of you and below you. You get to the cliff sides of Pavati Cove, and you've come to a point where there's no more land left to run towards. You've reached the cliffside, and you're looking around left and right. It is still dark as the eclipse is still currently underway, but neither direction, no sign of anybody.
I'm gonna look over the edge gingerly.
your
Look
belly.
over the edge of the cliff. On
You
my
look over
belly.
on your belly. Okay. Looking over
Don't
the
trip
edge of
me
the
up
cliff.
here.
You can see now, looking over the edge of the cliff, that down below there is some rocky surfaces that could feasibly be walked on, and about 200 feet or so to the east, you can see where there is a bit of a slope that leads from the cliff top down to the rocky surfaces below, and you can barely make out what appears to be a cave.
Guys, what do we do?
Well, what do you see? Like, he jumped off the edge, or?
No. I mean, not that I can see, but there is a way down. It's not easy, but at the bottom there seems to be some kind of opening. You might like a cave or something like that. I mean, do we wanna do this? I'm going a bit Aussie.
Seems like we got our cornered. You sound like me.
Christ, do we want to bloody? Is this?
I mean,
I
I'm still.
can't stand. I've seen a lot of death, but I'm confused. That guy you met was. He seemed like a normal bloke, right?
Well, these
But
don't
he's
seem
got-
like the actions of someone who's innocent.
I'm still confused, right? You know, the guy she went upstairs with has disappeared, and she.
But why
has
would she
now-
run?
I agree.
I'm gonna start
doesn't
wrapping a
make any
rope around my
sense.
waist.
Particularly to a place which is quite specialist, right? It's almost
Gideon.
like she knew.
What are you doing?
Gideon,
There's a lot
slope.
of talking, and we need to catch her.
Yeah,
Gideon, we
there-
can't hear you.
We can
There's-
walk
there's-
down there, right? We can walk down there.
there's a slope, mate. I don't know what you're doing. Like, you don't need to rappel.
Yes, but if we fall off, tied to each other, if one of us slips, then
You pull us down.
Then we
Yeah.
all fall off. Okay. Like dominoes.
fine, okay, just something I read in an adventurer's manual once. Fine, undo it, stuff it back in my. Can we at least do something? Everyone stood around talking. We don't need to clarify this now. Let's just get down there.
Gideon, the answer is not always tie something around your waist. It can't be belts or ropes.
Well, Gideon, if you want to be an adventurer, it's time to lead the way.
Okay, fine. I'll just start walking. Where's the path? I don't even know where the path is. I didn't look over. Hansel, where's the path?
I'll come with you, but you lead the way then.
Can't have assassins running around in stone waters. It's a nice town. It's my nice town. I'll just stump off.
Little adventurers all growing up.
I will walk down the path. Slowly.
Okay. All right. It's not a difficult slope. Go ahead and make me a history check there, Gideon.
That's a -2. That's a 10 overall.
10. A 10 is enough for some basic information. You know that the cliff sides of the Pavati Cove to the south of Stonewaters have been known that there are a few small caves, natural occurring caves in the cliff sides. You have heard in the past, and this has been not the case for several years now, especially with the more vigilant eye of the Rose Guard. But in the past, these caves were used by a few well-known pirates of the Thorn Islands.
Pirate druids.
God, it's pirates.
As a place to stash their loot that they would gather from pillaging the shoreline. of the southern areas of Brookhaven.
Well, there's
But
pirates, there's
it
loot.
has not been the case for several years now. The last pirate crew that was last seen in these waters were run out. A few ships from Brookhaven itself, from their navy, came and patrolled the waters for about 6 months, and eventually the pirates died down. But the cave
Or were
systems are
they?
still there. Or were they? Yeah.
I don't think
the-
I would connect the dots. I'd just be like,
Okay.
yeah. I think I probably know, but I wouldn't think to mention anything.
How wide is this path that we're walking down?
About wide enough to go one by one.
Okay. I think as we're walking down this, and I'm scraping my arm against the kind of side of the cliff or whatever. Guys, if we're gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna need some actual armor. We can't keep running into danger.
Well then, maybe we shouldn't donate so much of our gold, and you can buy some nice armor for yourself.
I'm finding it very hard to argue with you right now, Alaskan.
I've got rope.
Anyway,
Tight around your arm. Let's continue. Press on
Pressing onward
with vigor.
with
So
vigor.
much vigor.
Oh man.
Take a -2 to your stability. You fall off.
All right, then.
what armor can you wear, Peyton?
Are you asking in character or outside of character?
You're like medium armor, right?
Yeah. So like I'm thinking a set scale mail. At the moment, I'm just wearing my farmer's leathers. Just got like a leather vest, sleeveless, leather trousers.
Leather shorts.
You could have
Leather
you
caps.
could have some leather belts if you wanted.
Got some assless chaps and
You mean like
So
pleather?
much leather right now.
Yeah. There's so much leather going on.
crack
Yeah.
that whip.
Actually, no. He probably would be wearing leather shorts, right? Leather shorts and leather boots. Very, very fabulous.
Well,
Oh my god.
that being said, it does not take you very long to descend the slope, and you find yourselves on the outskirts of the cave below. And this path here really only leads towards this one cave. And I would say, I believe Gideon's in the lead. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Gideon, as you approach, you can see the glow of what appears to be lamplight or torchlight coming from inside the cave.
I will stop. Stop. I can see light in the cave.
As a high elf, I can also see light from probably a little bit further back from that, and nod.
Yeah.
Go in.
I'll lean in and whisper to whoever's behind me. What are we doing? Are we just storming in there?
I mean, she's in there, right? Like,
I don't know.
I mean,
She must be.
I don't think any of us are. I don't. Did we really need to? I don't think we're. As the deputy of the group, then in that case, I suppose we should. But you've just come new to adventuring. We got a frosty dragon over here. Are we built for this? Are we?
I'm sorry, did you just make me run all the way over here to wuss out at the last minute? And I'm just like, get in there, get. Ugh.
But I think you're behind me, right? You're at the back, so you're pushing me, and I'm pushing Hansel, and Hansel's pushing Gideon.
And I'm like,
And that-
so
And
is
the
there a
rest of
plan?
the Scooby squad enter the caves.
Is
Yeah,
there a
just
plan?
start rolling down in a ball.
Is there a plan?
I don't. Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Try and
I-
sneak as far as we can and be ready.
Keep your eyes
Okay,
open.
to knock
and
him
use the
out?
pointy end. Yeah.
Knock him out. No.
Use that rope.
Get
You've got
that
that
rope.
rope.
We'll knock him out. We'll take the rope and we'll cart him back to old Jaredok, and he will be very happy with us.
Okay, I'll get my best stealth stance on. My hand on my sword.
All right.
Just like
yeah.
a scene in them books.
So we
I think we'd
try
like to
sneaking in.
sneakage.
All right. Well, then everybody give me a stealth check.
Yeah, group
that-
self.
How do I roll with disadvantage?
Ooh, 23. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, boom!
Just on the bottom left, just click the DIS button.
Me and Dragonis.
Light as a feather.
That's a sweet 10.
What is this?
What's
Oh.
happening?
He brought the
Two.
orc.
Oh, no, pay no attention to the shadow dice rolling their own stuff. It's totally cool, guys.
We've got 2 Garbos and 2 silent people.
Bang, 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 bang.
And who
Was
is
that-
leading the stealth mission for?
Gideon.
Gideon is
I think,
leading.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just at the front.
The one-man band with his harmonica and cymbals.
As you all stealthily approach,
Mm.
you hear a bit of a conversation. You hear, I can't believe that worked, Declan. It was so easy. I mean, I was so beautiful. He fell right in my grasp, and you just. The hand is really gonna enjoy this. I can't wait till we get our ship. You hear, careful, be calm. It's not over yet. That Jeridoc is a sharp individual. Until we know that he has cleared all avenues, we can't go for. And about this time you hear, shh. Someone's outside. Get the others.
I'm going to step forward.
Oh,
You're gonna step forward.
I'm going to step forward.
Okay, into the cave.
Yep.
All
Which
right.
one of you fucked up my plan?
All right. Well, I will say, as you step forward, you can see now that you are in a, the inside of this cavern is relatively large. There are 2 torch sconces to either side of you at the entrance to this cavern. 2 more about 50 or so feet ahead of you. A natural stone staircase that leads up to a secondary platform. And on this secondary platform, you see this grotesque-looking woman. Looks nothing like the individual you saw from earlier. Just blackened teeth, long stringy hair, skinny, dressed in these just almost makeshift, like homemade garb. Like it does not look great. And next to her, you see a rather a built individual, a darker skinned man who's got a bandana around his head and this long, this like mid-length, like full beard, missing one eye. He's got a patch over it. As you step forward, they both turn and look at you. And as you say, what is it that you say?
Going with it. Which one of you fucked up my plan?
as you say that, the woman looks at him and she goes, "I know him. He was in the bar as well." And the man looks at you and goes, "Who the fuck are you? And what are
Who the
you
fuck
doing in
am
my
I?"
cave?"
Right, so do you know Kadar?
What's that to you?
What's that to me? I've been set a task, and I've got what? A third party coming in and trying to take. Do you know we've each got jobs to do, right? Have they contracted you out to do the job?
I'm tapping on Caitlin's shoulder, like, what the hell is going on?
Shush.
Well,
Hansel's running his mouth, and I think it's working.
I've got bad news for you, son. You were too late. You think you had the only contract. You're wrong. I jumped at the opportunity, and now I will collect the reward.
Brilliant. Yeah. So you've jumped up the opportunity, and do you know what you've done? I found you in 3 seconds. How long do you reckon it's going to be until one of the blue guard comes through here?
Right. You know
You left
what?
a trail, Esmeralda.
He called yourself Esmeralda. You know what? I don't care. Kill him. I need you to do, what's your AC?
It's massive. It's 13.
All right. So from your left, 13. This guy rolled a 17.
Give me enough time to build a next character for like 2 weeks time, yeah.
So let me look and see what this guy does to you.
This is
To your-
Bronzal.
out of the corner of your eye, you can see now this cave that you're in. There's a platform in front. You know what? Why don't I just show you the map?
Ooh.
Map time, map time, map time.
Map time. Map.
It's a really big map. How do I make it different
Oh no,
size?
Bluto from Popeye.
And while we're at it, let's go ahead and have everybody roll for initiative.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's move the old mappage down a little bit.
Oh, you can zoom out. Okie dokie. Wait.
Go on, Kate. Oh.
How do I? Wait.
So I'm just trying to sculpt it. Initiative.
Oh, that is a sweet 7.
Oh, baby, that's a 4.
Oh.
It's happening again.
That's how we're gonna die.
Zam! 22.
All right. So this surprise round attack will land on you, but then you will get to go next, Hansel.
Okay.
So the 17 does do damage to you. Matter of fact, let me put you guys on the map here. So Hansel's right here in the front, who just walked in the cavern. I imagine
That's a
That
lot of
you
dudes. Oh,
aren't too far behind.
that's way too many dudes.
And
Did not see that coming.
So you take
No damage.
7 points of piercing damage. As to your left and above, you see another individual who seems to be standing on some sort of platform and some sort of watch station, has pulled a crossbow out and has fired it at
Yikes. How many damage, sorry? Was that 4?
you. 7 points of damage.
7. And I take it from my max right in the middle, right?
You put on your wound.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, cool.
Shit, the
Ow.
bed.
And with that, Hansel, you're up.
Well, guess who doesn't get to use his sneak attack, eh? The guy standing having a conversation will take a shot. Where am I? I'm way down there. I am going to take a shot at bandit number 5,
All right,
please.
go for it.
That's a. I've got so many screens. That's a 19 to hit,
19 will definitely hit.
and that is a. What do I hit now?
Just roll your damage.
How do I roll my damage again? Sorry.
If you look at your actions tab, which you should be on already.
Yeah.
You're doing it with your. What are you attacking with?
My short bow.
All right, where it says 1d6 plus 3
Oh,
piercing.
sorry, just double tap
Just
that.
roll
Cool,
it.
got it. Perfect. So that's a 5 damage to that guy.
5 points of damage as you turn and fire to the guy to your right. All right. Anything else?
Fuck. There's no cover. I will resist. I will bonus action resist the temptation to dive into the pool,
All
and
right.
that will be the end of my go.
All right. Well, as you resist that temptation,
Oh, actually, I will bonus action yell. The bluff didn't work.
You don't say.
so as Declan shouts out to kill him, you get fired at, and then the individuals at the stairs pull out some like scimitars of some kind, and begin dashing towards you.
Good luck.
20, 25, 30.
Schmucks.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They will bonus dash and get right up on you. That'll be it for their turn. That's 2 and 1. Number 6 gets to go again, so he's just gonna fire at you again.
Good luck.
That's going to be
A miss.
a natural 1.
Miss.
Oh.
Does it explode in his face and kill him immediately?
No, not quite like that. But he is going to jump down off the way station here. Oh, no, he's going to stay up there. Kate, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to help Hansel out. I'm going to run forward. I'm going to draw my shears, and I'm going to split them out, and I'm going to attack Bandit 1 on the left.
All right.
So, do you want me to click him or anything, or do I just roll for attack?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll the attack. I'll take care of everything behind the scenes.
Okay, that's 11 for my first to swing.
11, you said? Let me look.
Yep.
Here. 11 just barely misses.
Ooh. So yeah, I imagine as I kind of break open my shears, and kind of the first one comes across. I miss him, but then I come up. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, like bounces off, and I come back in with my second attack using my skill. 2-weapon fighting.
All right, go for it.
Oh man, Caton, get a grip. That's a 7.
You go to swing the second time, and just after you parry the first one, he goes and brings it down and parries the second one. This guy's pretty quick.
Ooh. It's not what you want.
Declan with an Aussie accent is going to sound great.
Declan.
Declan?
Oh, there's 2 named people in this initiative order. It's so scary.
Declan's gonna survey the scene, see the group of individuals running in behind you, Hansel. Look over at the woman with him. The guys will handle this. We've got to go get our ship. He's gonna reach into his belt and pull out a little small circular sphere-like object and throw it on the ground. A fog cloud appears.
Batman.
Did he just ninja smoke bomb? Oh my god.
He totally ninja smoke bombed us. Oh, we're gonna have to come back and beat them later, but it won't be their final form.
Alright, so as of right now, Declan and the woman with him have disappeared.
Oh, I am never getting into the hand now. There's no way.
I'm just worried about being alive at the end of this, to be honest.
This guy here, they were given instructions to kill him, so this guy here will also focus on you, Hansel.
Good luck. It's a miss.
That is a 10. Does a 10 hit?
It does not.
10 does not hit. Alrighty. The woman's gonna make her move. Caton. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Huh?
Achilles heel of the orc.
So 14.
14. You succeed.
Oh.
You feel like there's someone trying to whisper to you, but it's like in your mind. The words don't come through, and you shrug it off. That's it.
Yeah, I think for me it's kind of like I'm just so aware of the situation that we're in. You know, we're in a cave, we're fighting off some pirates. Yeah, I'm just not prepared to be distracted right now.
All right. Gideon, you're up.
Question: Can I scoot round the back of Caton to get up to?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
Okay,
Not a big deal.
So I would like to move to. How do I ping on this?
Just grab your token and move them where you like to go.
Oh, that's it. So I would like to move to there. So
Okay.
scooting round the back, and attempting to flank this guy. And I'm going to give him a big old.
So that is actually a good question. Do you guys want to use the flanking rules?
Yeah,
It's up
because
to you.
I need it for sneak attack.
If you guys want to use the flanking rules, we can use the flanking rules. That means I get it too.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was an optional thing, but yeah.
Adam enjoys rules. Fun fact of the day, and a shock to all of us.
So I will attack with advantage.
You will.
Yeah, I'm going to greatsword this guy. So kind of nimble, I think Gideon. He moves he's quite small. He's not like a big burly guy, even though he's got this huge sword, and he moves quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let's attempt to do this.
Guessing the smile.
23.
23 definitely works.
Okay, and that's I have to double click. I keep forgetting.
Oh,
14.
hello.
14 damage.
So you run up behind this guy as he's engaged with Peyton, and he's distracted, trying to block these. He's trying to block these shears. And then with one swift, nimble swing of your greatsword, you cleave this man in half.
Which is just as well, given that if we can use flanking rules, I'm guessing so can they, which puts me in a little bit of bother.
I think as I see the torso kind of slide away, I just look at Kate and like.
I imagine I've literally like it's been like ding ding, and then like I that's my surprise is just registering on my face. This guy's blocked two of them. Like all I just see is like shit, and it's like this top half slide away. I'm like, yeah. There's just Gideon behind him. I'm like got blood all over my face. Like
Straight up flexing.
yeah.
Anything else you want to do, Gideon?
No, I will stay put.
All right, or Alaskan, you're up.
I will. I think Alaskan would see this guy up on the left, Bandit 6, and he will. I'll cast Frostbite on him, which is a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. All right, that will be a. Roll 11 plus 1 is 12.
I think my DC is 13 if I recall correctly.
All right, then he fails.
So he takes some damage. 2 cold damage, and he. How do I say the effect?
Let's take.
I think it's something like Frost. I'm so used to roll 20, where it tells me everything.
He has disadvantage on his next weapon attack roll.
That's the one, yeah. Next attack, disadvantage. So the guy's like suddenly covered in hoarfrost and he's like struggling to move his arms.
He's got the crossbow up and it's like he's just shaking.
Yeah.
A
A patch of ice just appears on the ground around him.
Well, that guy's dead. So next guy, the other guy up on the ledge, seeing one of his buddies just get cleaved in half. Instead of shooting at Hanzo, we'll take a shot at Gideon. That's going to be a 10.
That's
Nope.
negative.
Nothing.
It's a
All
negative Ghost Rider.
That's not going to do it.
Number 4. What's number 4 at?
Apologies if I'm delayed reacting on the mic. I've got my fan on my lap, and I don't want it to be interfering with the microphone.
It doesn't. Like, it's fine.
It's really good actually. It's much better. Before it was a bit robotronic.
All right. We're gonna go back to the top of the round. Hansel, you're up.
So I'm trying to think. I have a short sword and a dagger, and if I'm honest, I'm not sure how my character works, whether I need a short sword and a dagger. So I'm going to assume that I don't carry a short sword. I just carry 2 daggers and a short bow. So I'm not going to use my short sword, even though it's a better attack damage. I think character-wise, I pull the dagger I was playing around with earlier to cut pie. And I'm going to take a lunge at the throat of Bandit 2 with my dagger.
All right, go
Is
for it.
it called pie cutter?
Or
Pie cleaver.
say like good pie.
I may come up with some quip at some point, and I will roll that for a natural. Is that natural 20? 25?
Yeah, 20. So when you roll your
Let me
damage,
put my advantage. There we go. Advantage.
when you roll your damage, hold down the left shift button to roll with critical.
Okay.
Tricks of the trade.
So that is that's a 5.
2 1s. Oh man.
That's horrific, isn't it? So that's a 5. 5 to the throat. With my dagger.
Bandit 2.
It's like 2
And
ends of
then
the spectrum.
Is there a
No.
sneak attack involved with that or no?
He's not. What's it called? He's not flanked, and I'm not hidden. So unfortunately not. But I will bonus that action, disengage, and move to here.
Okie dokie. As you run to that position, you feel yourself bump into something.
Oh, they're
Stay invisible.
They're invisible.
Oh, that's my other character. I forgot my spell. I can't do anything because it's bonus action. So bonus action. Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Bonus action.
I don't even know. Like I say, if that's my bonus action, I don't have time to even. Can I have time to yell stuff? No, I'm not gonna. Keep it quiet. Stop doing this to me, Carl. It's too much of my fragile little mind.
You can say stuff as a free action.
Yeah, I don't know if I want it now.
Alright. This guy here is going to run forward here and jump up on this platform.
Was she in this square, by the way, or whatever? Was that in that square? That little.
You're not sure.
Oh, I am not. I'm not.
The gentleman bandit number 2 is going to jump on this little platform here, look above him, take a scimitar and cut the rope, and you see this counterweight start coming down as he goes flying up into the air. That's really all he can do on his turn.
So it's such a pirate move.
Such a pirate. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Pure
It's
And he
Jack-
lands
Jack
on a
Sparrow.
sail, and takes his dagger and slides down the sail, splitting it in twain.
Bandit 6 over here is. Oh wait, this is the guy who's got disadvantage on his attack. Let me go ahead and do that. That's a natural 1.
You're welcome, boys.
So even though he's freezing, he's pointing the crossbow at you, he goes to fire and he clicks and the arrow just doesn't even, the crossbow bolt doesn't even come out. So now he's going to jump down off his platform and make his way towards the bridge. All right, Caton, you're up.
Okay, I think I would like to. Can I get up to the? Can I run up this way towards the bridge?
There is there's like a 10-foot high wall there.
Okay, and
It's hard to see. You got the area that you guys are in now, and then the outskirts like a upside down U around it is a 10-foot high wall.
Okay, and Bandit 5 is. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh wow, they really have us at advantage.
High ground's never worked for anyone before, right?
Yeah, exactly. Even Anakin. I think I'm just gonna use my move then to action to dash. So that's 35. I take it running up these sandbags will get me up. So that's 35. So I've got another 25 left. I think I'm gonna.
I'll take you to the bridge, right? Just at the beginning of that bridge.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't want to be so obvious. Is this another 10-foot wall here crossing in front of the bridge?
In front of the bridge?
Yeah,
Can you ping it for me?
I don't know. Just to where I'm going now, would I be behind any cover?
Oh, no. Currently, right there is no cover now.
Okay. Well, do you know what? I'll go there anyway, and I'll draw my shears. And I'll point one at them, and now I'm coming for them. You're mine.
Right.
And that's the end of my go.
All right.
And my life, apparently.
What's your AC?
It's 12.
12. All right. So a 17, I imagine, would hit you.
Yes, it would. On my sweet, supple skin.
From behind, you hear the cacophonous sound of a gunshot as
Oh,
You
Buchanan!
just got shot in the back.
as
Fuck.
Declan now reappears in the
Oh!
fog. He didn't move at all.
Oh, that's amazing! Oh, he just went psh, and stayed still, invisible.
So faked us out.
Baller
Oh my
move.
God.
So you take
Dr. Emmett Brown.
4 points of piercing damage, and then
Walk it
an
off.
additional 5 points of piercing damage from the sneak attack.
Oh wow.
Let's have a rogue sniper right here.
And in the wound section, do I add the 9 damage or do I add the remaining health?
Just put on wounds.
Okay. So yeah, I imagine that really caught me by surprise. You know, I'm up there thinking that I'm just staring down these 2 bandits, and all of a sudden, I just feel some sharp pain in my back. Some
Then he
shot from
fires
behind.
again.
What?
He's got a name, Joe. When you have a name, you get special moves. You're
I
bandit number
like
1.
this.
He rolled a 4 plus, so it's a total of 9. I don't think that hits you.
So it's
Something
another
that actually
9.
doesn't hit Joe.
So he does 2 quick shots with the gun, which
Yeah.
you guys can see now. It's very familiar looking. It appears to be the same make and model of the type of gun that Jaredok has.
Oh, Jared's brother.
It's the local gun maker.
But that's going to end his. Well, actually, you know what? He's going to now take his move action and run towards.
So that's
Captain Cade.
9 points of damage, right?
9
in
points of
total?
damage. Yep.
Okay, cool.
He's going to run back over this way. All right, that's going to be his turn.
Oh, Nelly.
3. This guy's going to run forward to meet you as you now brandish your weapon. So he's going to take a swing at you. 5.
Ooh, lucky.
Oh, the fact that he said "damn it," Adam's happy. You got a vicious DM here.
Yes.
And that the disadvantage on number 6 is worn off now, right?
Yeah, it's only 1 attack.
All right. So he's going to take another shot at you, Hansel.
How's he taking another shot?
Hold on. He's not up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 6 and not up yet. He doesn't even move. I got confused.
Calm down, Daniel. How the hell is he taking another shot?
I haven't had another chance to frostbite him yet.
This guy's got moves on moves.
All right. She doesn't have a whole lot.
Sure.
Handle
Make
lives
everyone
like another
frosty.
day.
He does have one more spell slot left. All right.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Kill him.
Gideon,
Kill him hard.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, giddy.
Don't be lured, Gideon. Don't be lured.
Here we go.
She's
Bring it in.
whispering.
That's a 9.
Oh, you're lured.
Oh,
So
he's
lured.
so
So lured.
so lured.
You hear a voice in your head.
Oh.
Oh God. Please
Your
don't be
friend.
charm person.
Your friend is going to turn on you. Kill him first.
He's not though.
You are now
So-
under the effect of a charm person spell.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm gonna
This was looking maybe doable until that.
But that being said, her casting the spell.
She has to
Remove-
drop invisibility.
Yep, stop invisibility.
Good, I don't have to waste some mead on her because I was totally about to like spray mead all over the area.
So
good
Gideon,
deed.
you are now up.
What are the T's and C's of charm person? What do I have to do? Not able to do.
That's
Hit
a good
everyone in red.
question. Let's look at it. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your... Oh, you should have made that with advantage. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Roll
I
again.
will, making
Roll
a-
again. 22.
Come on, Gideon.
Come on, Gideon.
Come on, kids. Good.
11.
DC was 13.
Oh!
Oh.
That's a pretty,
Was it,
yeah, that's pretty
Kyle?
standard.
Was it? No, trust me.
That's pretty standard low level DC. Okay, cool. So so I've made it with advantage. So what am I allowed to do? Not allowed to do.
It says it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you and your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. So she has put a thought in your head that Hansel is going to turn on you and going to kill you. You should kill him first. Now, you can take that and do with it as you will. You just consider her friendly. Like someone who wouldn't lie to you.
Doesn't seem like suggestion where you're forced to do something just means you can't hurt her.
Your friend has gone, this person's out to get you. It's up to you as a character whether you decide to go, fuck it, perfect
man.
opportunity to kill him. Or I'll deal with that shit later over a pint.
But it has to be distinct
Oh my-
suggestion, right?
Of course.
I've just been shot
I-
in the back. Ah!
Yeah, in the meantime, Kane's dying. It's like,
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna halfway house it. I'm gonna attempt to grapple Hansel and just be like, "Get away from her! You leave her alone!" And I will
Okay.
attempt to grapple him.
All right, so you
Good
can
luck.
roll your athletics, I believe, and then Hansel, you
Yeah.
can roll acrobatics or athletics in contesting.
So that's a dirty 20 and a natty 1.
That's my +5 as well. That's ridiculous.
Oh man!
So, yeah,
you
I'm
are now
just kind of-
grappled by.
Yeah,
We
one
fucking
arm
explain.
grapple. Like a
What are you
half
doing?
Nelson. Get away from her! Leave her alone!
Anything else, Gideon?
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Alaskan, you're up.
I think that I would see this woman pop up and I would just immediately just like magic missile her in the face. Like 3 bolts. Be like, this is the person. Like, this is the person we're after. Just
How does
like,
that look? What does that look like? Like, what does that, how does the last cast? I'm not from the north.
just got
Cast
like
spells?
I've got like a little like a cane or a wand type thing, and I just kind of like, "Ah!" And then these 3 little darts just appear and go pew pew pew.
We need to
Just like-
question this woman.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hope you're ready for 3 concentration checks. How do I do this again? Okay, right. So it's that, and then I do.
So
this.
if she died, does that mean that the charm spell about?
Oh,
God.
max damage! Oh!
As the 3 magic missile bolts penetrate her chest, she drops over unconscious. She only had 7 health points.
So, well, that'll do it. You're welcome.
I'm guessing Gideon's no longer charmed.
Gideon, you are no longer
read-
strong.
Really? Because it doesn't have any mitigating things that say it breaks.
It's
Well, her
isn't it?
concentration on the spell has dropped. So with the spell being ended, you now at least you at least know that you have been manipulated in
Okay.
some way.
Okay. I'll let go of Hansel. Oh, sorry. I don't know what came over me.
I just
She was
give him
whispering.
a side eye.
Anything else you'd like to do, Alaskan?
I think I'm just quite happy with this little wall as cover.
Is she still alive, or is she's knocked out?
Just KO'd, I guess.
She is
Okay.
KO'd.
Okay. Good.
Hearing the sound of missiles going off behind him, bandit number 5 is up now. He's not even gonna. Actually, you know what? He'll still fire. He's gonna fire. You can't really see Alaskan where he's at. He's just gonna. His morale has broken. The first one he sees is Gideon. He's gonna fire at Gideon. So 1 shot at you, Gideon, which is a 6. Is gonna fail. You get the feeling these guys aren't that great. And
Bad
then he's gonna-
pirates.
5,
Rent
10,
a mob.
20, 25, 30. He's gonna make his way that way. Hansel, you're up.
I'm going to. Do you know what? I'm going to charge. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to take a step round Gideon and just take a straight up shot at bandit number 2. No sneak attack, just a standard cheeky little short bow attack to this fool for a 24. and that's 6 damage in the chest of bandit number 2.
Number 2. All right. So as you cut the rope and is flying up into the air, you turn, you fire at him. You get him in the chest. It looks like it does a lot of damage, but he is still kicking.
Okay. And then with the rest of my action, wait, how far can I run? 30. I just run up onto the sandbags.
Okay.
All the way over there. Yeah. And could I hide here? No, do you know what? I'm not gonna bonus action and hide.
All right.
It's pretty open.
Clutching the arrow now in his chest, bandit number 2 is gonna make a roll for it to fall. Yep, that's enough. He's gonna hop over that gap, and he's gonna dash with his buddy over here. Number 6 is gonna run up the side, Peyton there, pull out his scimitar and attempt to attack him. Roll a 6. That's not gonna hit. Peyton, you're up.
So I guess I've just kind of dodged this scimitar from this guy, and all I do is just like fling both of my back in a counter attack. I'm gonna try and attack bandit number 6. My short sword.
Ooh, hello.
It's 12.
12 is his AC.
Oh! 6.
This is more sturdy than the other guy. With your first attack, you slice into him. It does some damage, but he is still managing to stay alive.
Wow. I've just prepared for my second attack.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Now we're going. I think just you know what? Having a bullet in my back probably kind of really helps my anger and accuracy. I swing for a second attack of 4.
4. That will do it. You only have 10 health points.
I'm gonna just bury it in his neck. Dunk. Ah.
That was number 6. Yes. He drops down. Declan's up now. Oh, you can do anything else, Peyton?
I think I just look over my shoulder and I see Hansel kind of like running up the steps. I'm like, Hansel, go for it. That's not my voice. Hansel, go for the captain. I've got this guy. And I'll let him go.
Captain's up. Seeing Hansel come running forward with the final loaded shot in his pistol, he's going to point at you, Hansel, and fire. I rolled the wrong thing. It's still a +5 though. So 7. Yeah, you
Dodge.
Fuck it. It's not worth it. He puts the pistol aside, turns around, and then takes a step, and then right below him, you see there's really only Hansel can see this right now. There's looks like a natural pool of water. He dives in.
Please tell me there's a little submarine.
Oh man, he's gone into the water.
Number 3, it's going to attack you, Peyton.
The pirate's greatest ally, Agua.
15. Does a 15 hit?
That does hit, yeah.
Alright. You take 3 points of slashing damage as he swings the scimitar at you. That's all he can do on his turn as far as attacking. I mean, they're in desperation mode now, so he's gonna try to run past you, so you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh. So I think as he starts to bomb it, kind of I pull one of my scimitars out of one of my kind of short swords out of the guy's neck to the left of me, and that's 22.
Yeah, a 22 will hit.
And that's 5 damage.
5 damage. Number 3. That's the first time he's been hit.
Do I get to use two weapon fighting, or is it just one attack?
I think it's just one attack. So you're using your reaction. Yeah.
It's your rules, dude. Yeah, cool. Okay.
All right. The woman, I'm going to assume you're going to want to question her, so I will have her make a death saving throw.
Please.
Number 1 failed. Gideon, you're up.
So Gideon is going to go supersonic, and he's going to go 30 to there.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to dash. I'm trying to get to where the guy jumped into the water. I'm guessing it's like...
You could feasibly... there's that bridge there. There is...
Yeah?
You can walk underneath it.
Oh. Shucks, then I will... Okay, how do I cancel? Escape.
I got
okay,
it.
cheers, bro. I appreciate
You
that.
got more than enough room. You make it to the edge of the water.
Okay, so I've got any movement left? Dash to dive in. So it's
What's your movement?
30. So I dashed. So 60 total.
Yeah, you don't have any left.
Can I see him?
Oh, you
in
see
the
him,
water?
and he is. You can now see that this is a deeper pool of water. And he is currently swimming down. It's like a natural cave system, a natural cave water system.
Fuck it. Action surge. Go after him. Dive. I'm just like...
All right. Now, does that,
Man.
so, action, does that give you movement as well?
Gives me an...
Yeah, go
it
ahead.
gives me another action, so I'm going to use it to dash
right?
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
He's only like 15 feet ahead of you, so no issues catching up with him.
Yeah, so I'll swim. If I've got, I'll swim round him. If I could swim in front of him, like no.
You feasibly could, yeah.
I will. It's gone off the rails.
Plan for that, Kyle.
Oh, I love it.
Actually-
I love all this.
Action economy, and that'll be me. I guess I'll be in front of him with kind of, with my greatsword on my back, maybe, and just being like
Okay.
blocker, a big old linebacker.
All right. Orlaskin, you're up.
Oh. I can't even see you. You're so far back on the map.
What? Just before that, what I love is Usain Bolt runs 100 meters in 9.5 seconds. You've done
What, 90 meters in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
It's feet, not meters. in fact.
Oh, so feet, yeah. Feet is easy
No,
then
it's
in
true.
that case. And
You
half of it
know.
was through water as well.
He's like
Yeah,
a water
true.
boy.
Gotta go fast, man. Gotta go fast.
Right, I want to move myself. How do I move myself?
Just click and drag.
Can I move to here?
Okay.
I'll do a frostbite on the guy at the back, so it's another constitution save.
Number 3? Or number 2?
Bandit 2.
2? Alright. Constitution save, not a problem. That is a 10.
Got him. Okay. So that's 4 cold damage. And disadvantage on his next attack.
That's the first time he is taking damage.
And I'll just maybe move a bit closer to everyone else. The rest of my movement.
Alright, not a problem. That one's dead. That one I think is... Nope, that one's gonna run towards the same water hole. And dive in as well.
Oh, you
God.
know we're doing a water battle right now.
yeah. Hands are always to run up and dive.
Come to the party.
Oh man.
If only I had time to tie string to my bolts. Make a little
could fight.
harpoon action.
You can fire a crossbow in the water, can't you? I think you
That's
can.
exactly. I think you
I
can,
think-
but it's disadvantage.
I mean,
I've seen before,
I'd-
but it's your rules, I suppose. It might be half distance.
I think it's half distance.
yeah, that makes more sense in terms of
Yeah.
like real world.
Yeah.
But half the rules in D&D don't make sense.
Finally.
in real world anyway.
Close range crossbow comes into action.
Gideon, what's your AC?
17.
No, he still fails anyway. Alright.
Get
Hansel,
outta
you're up.
here.
So you saw Gideon come run forward and dive in after the bandit.
So I'm going to run to the edge of
uh-huh.
said pool. It makes it to, and I'm going to attempt to shoot down into the water, a la spearfishing.
Okay, so
Um,
here's the rules.
the-
You can do it, but you can't shoot beyond the normal range, so you can't do the reach roll. And it's disadvantage unless it's a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that's thrown like a javelin.
Okay, so I will roll, if we're playing by those rules, a disadvantage short bow to shoot a fella in the water. Does that sound right?
So bandit number 5, when that just jumped in, he's literally like right on the surface. Like he hasn't gone very far at all.
Oh, do I want to go for Derek? Do I want to go for... Oh, do you know what? I think it's too tempting to... It's fish in a barrel, isn't it, really? So, I'll go for bandit number 5.
Bandit number 5.
That's a 12.
Well, this is AC.
It is, isn't it? And that is a 5 into 5.
You come running behind him with your short bow. He's like looking down with the cross and just fired. You stand up behind him and just right in the back of the head. You just go through.
Oh, bobbin.
Assassination.
And then I will... Do you know what? I'm gonna... Fuck it. Bonus action. Dash. I'm gonna dive in as well. And I'm going in the water past Robin the bobbin. And I'm in there too. Chuck me in.
Alright.
Put me in, coach.
I'm just looking at Caton like, what? What's happening?
Meanwhile, the only person we're meant to be investigating and asking questions is sitting there fighting for her life
I
on
should
the
probably,
floor.
I should probably stop her dying.
Right, we're going off to Derek. Derelict, or whatever his name. Declan. Derek. What's his name?
Declan.
Declan.
Declan. Yeah.
Let's see here. This guy, you know what? Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna take a bonus action to dash, to dash. But he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Come out to the coast. Have a good time.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You get right at the entrance. Seeing where the direction of everybody else is going, this guy's gonna run the opposite.
Right, what? I know exactly, yeah.
Clever girl.
However,
Annabelle has followed us out.
well, no, but he is. And just as he gets to the entrance, he's like turns and looks while he's running, and just runs straight into a solid mass that is Sheriff Jaredoc Redcliffe.
Yes!
Oh, Jared.
Jerry!
Yes, Jerry.
You're not going anywhere.
Absolute legend.
And really, all that's got left is number 3 there. So, Caton, you're up.
So I think I think he's trying to run past me. I've clipped him. I think I'm gonna go for his. I'm gonna then come back around with my left hand, try and strike the inside of his leg, try and take him out from running anywhere. That's a 21.
That'll do it.
So it's a 5.
Oh yeah. I mean, he only had 4 health points left, so.
So I accidentally take his leg off. I think I cut into his is it carotid?
Carotid artery.
Carotid artery, yeah. And it's just like, as I pull away my weapon, it's just like, and I think with my second attack, I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah, finish him off.
stick him in the chest.
All right.
I'm covered in blood at this point. Like, this is ridiculous how much blood I'm covered in.
Oh, carry it prom night.
And I think, yeah, I'm carrying. Kind of, I turn around, I wipe the blood from my eyes, and I kind of see Alaskan. I see Jerry, kind of Redcliffe in the entrance. I assume the noises, the splashes I've just heard have been Hansel and Gideon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Cannonball!
I think I'm going to use my movement to head down to meet Alaskan and see if we can kind of stabilize this woman Esmeralda that we know.
That being said, Gideon, what's your AC?
17.
17. Oh,
Your
wow, okay.
AC is 17.
So the first one
Yeah.
will miss, the second one will hit, as the captain, Declan, has pulled out a little dagger, and And as he goes to swim past you, he's gonna take 2 quick stabs at you. The first you manage to swim out of the way. The second one though, you're gonna take 4 points of damage.
So disappointed.
And he is going to attempt to swim past you, so you technically get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Can I
Pop
do
him on the
it
head.
with? Well, so greatsword would be disadvantage, I guess.
Yes.
Would a
Let me
hand
check- let me
axe
check
be-
the rules.
Oh, could be wrong.
I think it's because it's like a.
You don't
need
have,
to
if you don't have
yeah.
swimming speed, then you have disadvantage unless it's like a pokey weapon.
A pokey weapon.
Like a piercing.
So I'd have disadvantage with an axe of any kind, really. So I'm just going to go greatsword then.
Alright.
With disadvantage as he swims past.
Not bad, mate.
15.
His AC is 15.
Oh, heyo.
Not today.
However, he will use his reaction to parry
Oh,
and add
Classic.
2 to his AC on 1 melee attack that would hit him.
nice.
Okay. He missed out on 12 sweet damage.
Oh, he's pulling it out. Overruled. You've just been ruled. Overruled.
Right.
Anything else there on your attack? Oh, that was that was your
Yeah,
attack
reaction.
opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. So he will continue with his 40 foot of movement speed and continue swimming.
He's a fast boy.
Yeah, he's a pirate. So effectively at this point, can anyone swim faster than 40 feet?
No.
Can anyone have a ranged weapon that can reach him?
Yes.
'Cause he's-
I have a hand axe
I have a
underwater.
my
You gotta
short
throw an
bow.
axe
How
in the
far is
water.
the short bow? Isn't it disadvantage 120 feet, so it would be 60 foot at disadvantage?
No, so you have disadvantage at your normal range, and at the reach range, it's an automatic miss. You can't.
So it was a
Underwater.
short bow.
Okay. That's what I was saying, short bow.
60,
So,
120?
so 120 would be, would it not be halved?
I don't know what the range
half,
is. What is
half
it?
distance. It's 120 with disadvantage.
No, what are the two ranges of your weapon?
60, 120.
So you can't hit up over 60, and under 60 it's disadvantage.
So
Is it a short bow? It's 8320, isn't it?
That's
No, that's
longbow.
longbow. So I don't think we have anything that could reach him, but I guess I could technically just keep dashing in front of him, but then he's just going to keep dashing away.
You can. You are underwater. I don't
Yeah.
know what constitute you're holding your breath.
Yes, sir.
You're free to
My-
chase him if you'd like to.
I mean, I could just
My-
run up to the water and magic missile.
Yeah, I think. What is that? So how is this this cave system?
It went down a good bit and then it has curved and it's going deeper into the rock, into the cliffside.
Well,
This is the point where I travel like 300 feet and then he pops a potion of water breathing.
Up to you.
well,
You can.
we got the lady, so you probably let it go. Right.
Well, it's up to Gideon, right? What's he doing, right? He's underwater. He's chasing this dude.
He's an idiot. He's such an idiot. I think he's going to carry on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Well, I mean, yeah. So like, okay. So he's gonna try and he's gonna dash to get. Is it my turn? Is it even? It's not even my turn.
It's on. I'm effectively. He's the only one left, and he hasn't taken
Right.
any damage yet. And I would say, going forward, any turns that continue, he is going to move and then dash. So he has effectively 80 feet of swim speed.
So
if
he's
you-
always in
he-
2
he-
turns. He's going to be out of reach of my dash as well.
Yes, unless you have something faster than 30 feet, than 40 feet of swim speed.
No. I think I will move 30 feet and then lob a hand axe. If it hits him, it hits him. I don't know.
Make
Probably not.
make a strength check.
Just pure strength.
You were throwing an axe underwater.
I'll get you
Yeah.
next time, Gadget. Next time.
That's an 11. Yeah.
It'd probably go like what, 4 feet?
My axe!
You get about 4 feet out of it.
You just like trying to.
Yeah, I'm just going to reach forward and grab it and then just swing back up. Yeah. Okay, fine, I get it. And then I'll.
While they're doing it, can I try and stabilize the lady?
Sure. You have any? You gonna use medicine or you got a spell?
No medicine check.
All right, go ahead.
That is okay.
I think while that's happening, I'm going to start pulling Gideon up a little bit and just helping him up. And
That's a natural one.
Somehow you make it worse.
Just like jabbing my hand into the wound, like, oh god!
what's this? Should this be in here?
I think I see this, and I think kind of I see Alaska stick his hand inside a wound and make it worse. So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. She's at her second failed death save.
Oh, okay. How do I do
don't-
that?
You don't have to target. Just go ahead and roll your 1d8.
1d8.
Yeah. And whatever your
should be
modifier
under
is.
the spell if you click the
Yeah.
little magnifying glass thing.
Oh, is it magnifying glass? I thought it was like a little
Yeah.
lasso.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. So you actually heal her for more health points than she had.
Right.
She's
I think
lying on
that-
the floor.
I think I don't know that I can cure wounds. I think this is the first time I'm panicking. I saw Alaska kind of stick his fingers inside of her and like make her worse. And I almost try to help him out. And as I do so, I think for the first time ever, she just kind of just surge her full of like this green healing energy.
Okay.
Oh god. I just got my foot on her chest, like, don't get up.
She's got a wide-eyed, like fight or flight kind of look on her face, as she's taking in everything.
Got any
She
rope,
kinda
Hayden?
She kind of.
I have. We should probably check she's okay first.
She's fine. Bind her hands.
I've never done this before.
She gives a deflated look.
Oh, you hold her,
Kill me.
I'll bind her hands.
So I get my rope out and I give it to Alaska and I kind of hold her down. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about this.
Really
Why are
sorry.
you sorry? We came here to get her because she killed the Marquis.
We just brought her back to life.
Anybody.
Well,
What was that? You didn't
I
kill
didn't-
anybody?
I didn't kill anybody.
well, we'll see what the old sheriff's is about there. Just give her a
Right.
big tight.
By the way, you guys run really fucking fast.
So nice of you to join us. We got your perpetrator of the crime here.
Right, you took off so quickly. You didn't. We found the missing boy. He was tied up in a closet.
But alive.
He's alive, yes.
I would have felt very bad about getting him into that situation. Yikes.
Well, you did good work here. Let's get her back to town for questioning.
Where's Gideon and Hansel?
I'm gonna go over
Around-
to like where they're like, if he's still swimming up, and I'd like use shaped water to help the current bring him up to the surface. Just like casting it like.
Hi.
Minecraft water elevator, is it?
Yeah, just like making it up behind you, so you're like.
I guess I come up and I'm like, big breath, and I'm like, he got away. He was fast. He was really fast. He swam really fast.
You did your best, mate. You did your best.
I'm at the top and I'm just kind of playing with water and then my hand kind of rests on the guy I shot in the head. Oh, bobbing.
I recognize this woman. She's a member of Declan's gang.
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah.
Right, and looking around, it seems you took care of the rest of them, or at least a good many of them.
Declan got away though. Sounds like.
I've been dealing with his like for about a year now. He's a wannabe pirate. He's a wannabe pirate. I don't know what. Normally I have the ability to contain him. He's all talk, but would you?
The pirate or the dog?
Oh, your dog doesn't like Declan. He's
all
just
talk.
like he's all
Well,
talk.
we're getting close to the end here, anyway. So, long story short, Declan has been a nuisance in my side for about a year now, but he's always been. He and his gang have always never had the balls to do anything really worthwhile. They've raised a farm about 4 months back, stole a couple things from the general store, but nothing of this caliber. They never stooped to murder.
So what's changed? Why now? This is pretty audacious to take out a marquee.
Well, I suppose we'll get all the answers we need out of, what's your name, woman? Danny, I think. The woman kind of just like cuts her eyes over towards the sheriff and just doesn't say anything. She shuts up. Well, you guys did good work. I'm surprised. I mean, after bringing the wild woman in, jumping at the bit, I mean, I didn't even have to ask you to help. You took off running. I have to say, I've misjudged you. I thought you
It's what a good deputy would do. Stand atop a bridge.
I think I will ask him was just he just felt guilty because he had basically sent her up there with him. The guy, and he felt responsible. That's why he was so eager to bring her down.
Well, let's get her back to town. I'll have you involved in the questioning. And, well, then we have to get word to the Abjurist that the Marquis is dead. I don't think this is going to go over well with the government of Brookhaven. Or, for that matter, the best 93 cities.
Yeah, that's awkward.
He looks over at you, Hansel. He looks over at you, Hansel. I've misjudged you. I'm sorry. You are a good man after all.
Many do. It's okay. We all make, our first impressions aren't always the best. Can I consider myself deputized? Say yes. You don't need to say yes right now. I can see it in your eyes. That's a yes.
Maybe honorary deputy.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll accept that. Wait,
I'm actually
before
flicking
you
wet
go,
hair out.
before I go, he mentioned something about a hand. What's the hand? The hand? A hand?
the hand. Are you sure that's what he said?
Yeah, he said something about the hand will be. What's the hand? Is that his gang?
I don't know. I don't believe Declan has ever been a part of the hand, but the hand is a underground network of unscrupulous individuals that, for the right price, would do anything: murder, kidnapping. This sounds like something that would be up their alley. If you're certain, he said the hand. If you think the hand's involved, then absolutely the Abjurist needs to know.
Yeah, I'll help where I can. Sounds.
It's getting a bit too hot for me, guys.
Sounds hot.
I'm gonna stay well away from this hand business. Well away. Not
Well
gonna get
away.
involved with it even slightly.
So far away.
Well, Jordot kind of looks around. You guys can now see there's a good bit of loot in this cave system here.
Here we go.
With the amount of time you have before you head back to town, you look around. There, you manage to scrape together about and that none of it's in bags or anything. But this is actually who wants to lead the charge on this?
Hansel raises his hand slowly.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, because there is loot available currently, but it might get better depending on a good roll.
Okay, investigation, you said.
Can I help him investigate?
You can help. Yeah, you roll with advantage.
I'm
But
good at
what was it,
investigation,
19 on
so-
on that. I'll roll again, then, shall I?
Yep.
Alright, so I take the 19.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. You managed to find on a cursory glance about 250 gold pieces, 300 and give or take 300 silver pieces, several bottles of unopened bottles of alcohol of some kind.
Is
as
it
well
Barnaby's finest?
Oh god. So fun.
not in the original pass. And the last thing you find, there's at the back of the cave where Declan was at originally is where you find his desk. There is like a bag at the base of the desk. You open it up, and you see about 5 of those spherical containers that he threw down earlier.
Smoke
So
bombs.
you have 5 of those. You're not sure what they are, but you imagine they do the same thing, maybe. With the 19, that's just on the surface. With the 19, because this is an old Pirate's Cove cave, there is leftovers, and with that good of an investigation check, you do find an additional 120 gold pieces that are kind of like scattered about in corners. In some of the pools of water, you can see some glistening items in there, or glistening coins. You get them out, and when you get to Declan's desk and you're expecting it, you find the pouch with the little spherical bomb-like things. You're looking on the desk, and you can tell there is a drawer to it, but there's no latch, there's no keyhole, there's no handle. But you're certain you can find your way inside, and you look underneath the desk, and with that good of an investigation, you manage to find a little wooden lever on the underside of the desk that when you flick it, you hear something unlock, and the desk door opens up. Inside, you find a very finely crafted dagger, as well as a few documents that I will have to get to you guys before next session. But one that you do see has the very familiar sigil, insignia of the hand on it.
So full disclosure, that one document goes straight into Hansel's pocket, and
Obviously, I see you doing this because I'm helping you.
yeah. Well, you can take the paper. Happy to. We can do the perception deception thing on that one paper. That's the only thing I'm gonna hide.
I think probably we just like got a sack or something. We're both just like
Yeah. I
shoving
think that's the
everything
one
in.
thing I don't want to chuck into that main bag. If you want me to do a sleight of hand check, I can do a sleight of hand check. In fact, I will
I just
do a
feel like-
hand check.
Bit of paper.
It's not. It's a bit of paper.
And like, there's so much gold. I'm just like,
Yeah. I found this dagger.
it's pretty,
Can I have it?
looks pretty.
Yeah, I know. Can I have it?
You see the dagger is made. It despite it, the other individuals you've seen with Captain Declan, the daggers they had seem to be of at best average make, but this one here, the metal is this almost silvery gray. You're not certain of the type of metal, but even in the dim cave light, it kind of has a sheen to it that reflects the sconces behind you, and there is some intricate markings along the shaft of the blade. Make a history check, or anyone who's proficient in history can make that check as well. But
I
they see
am
the dagger.
proficient, but that wasn't a very good roll, unfortunately.
He's showing it off.
Yeah, it's a 9, unfortunately, for history on that one.
Anybody
Is
else?
Alaskan history buff?
No, I think I'm Arcana.
All right.
If
yeah.
anyone's got a history on their proficient, then
I mean, I have
I'm
+3, but I'm
hiding
not
the
proficient.
dagger. Oh, okay.
Well then, you're not certain of its origin, but you know it is a. You can tell. You know a good crafted dagger when you see one.
Right.
It's very well crafted.
It looks better than your other pieces of junk that you've been using.
Yeah, right. Oh, tell you what though, I found this, and I hand over the other 120 gold. 120 gold pieces that I found. How do you think? Can I take this?
Sure. Go and knock yourself out. I don't use daggers.
I don't think any
Yeah.
of us use anything like that.
Yeah, cool, excellent. And I found all this gold. Do we want to like? Tell you what, I also found this bag, and sorry, I'm gonna be a dick now. Can I smash one of the spheres on the floor?
You can if you like to.
Yeah, go for it.
Which
I
one
could,
you-
I could just imagine the whole group just like gathering bits of gold and like putting it in a
Yeah.
bag, and Hansel's just like.
All right. So looking over these spheres, they all look identical.
Yeah.
You grab one at random and throw it on the ground.
Yeah, not specific, just one at random. Smash it on the ground.
All right. Oh, that's the wrong
Don't
dice.
kill me.
Hold on. Roll the wrong.
It's a
dice.
fireball sphere or something.
Kills they don't have the same effect.
It unleashes the djinn.
Oh my god.
A beholder pops out.
It's a wish
You,
sphere.
you throw it onto the ground, and like before, a similar cloud-like mist begin to come out, except this one's more greenish.
Okay.
I need everybody within the radius of this to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, I'll ask. Con save, yeah?
So I think it's just Hansel and. Don't forget your
Oh,
advantage is your
heck.
pie. Don't forget your pie. You
Oh, my advantage pie!
Your advantage pie.
I am
Oh,
okay.
yeah, it's a 17 on that one. Advantage pie.
You do have advantage with the pie. You're right. So with this,
Annabelle.
so luckily none of you get poisoned. This poison cloud comes out in about a 20-foot radius, I think it is. Anyway,
So I hand the bag straight to Alaska. I am so sorry. I've never seen those before. I thought I was going to disappear. I didn't. I'll take the dagger. I know how that works.
So
I
what
mean, I
we've
do, like,
learned
cool
is
tricks.
that they're not all the same.
Yeah, that, you know, like, growth mindset, am I right? You learn.
But the problem is, how can we test them? Because when you test them, they're used up. This is insane.
It's a
I don't
very
know.
good point. Do you know what we should do? Next time we're in one of those, let's take one at random, throw it. It could be
Do we throw it at us?
interesting.
Or the bad guys?
Nah, well, see, this thing is, though, that one's invisible, so if one of them's invisible, we don't have to worry about it.
If
for
we
the
throw it
time
at our
being.
enemies and make all our enemies invisible, that would be really bad.
Right, tell you what, let's put a pin in
And
it.
you just
and
throw
try
another
and-
one at them. You just keep throwing them until you get the effect.
We've only got 4 left.
Okay.
I'm leaving them with you, my friend, because I'll take the stabby one. I know how that one works. Do a cool little trick, spin it, flick it, like a Ichiban or whatever the name of that restaurant is, where you have the. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
You took out Benihana.
Benihana. That's it.
How
Lick a
much
stroke
gold was
with
in
my hat.
the bag that we got from Jerry?
oh yeah, you guys never counted, did you?
Yeah.
It is effectively 200 gold pieces.
So you got 200 plus the 250
We got-
gold pieces.
we got
plus
660
the 3...
gold at the moment. But because we haven't donated anything yet.
Correct.
During the
And the-
refugee
and-
crisis.
And the 300. We've also got the 300 silver pieces as well.
I assume next time we'll discuss how much we're going to give away.
Yeah, I mean,
5%.
I mean, now that we've got that much,
Alaska.
40 gold doesn't seem so bad.
I know, right? Yeah. And Alaskan and Hansel were the ones to find it, and that's probably just as well, because these other two would have given it all to charity.
I think Alaskan is kind of money motivated because he wants to be able to get passage back. Right. So
yeah.
that's
And I
his
kind of
thing.
think that Caton, if we're going to keep going along these lines, Caton might need some stronger armor.
Defo. If you keep running in, like tanking 3 guys to get shot in the butt.
Well then.
DM question
Yes.
on the dagger. I'm going to replace my old daggers with it, or at least keep one of them because one of them can be thrown and one of them will be used, and I'll switch them out. Mechanically, is there anything different about the dagger that I have?
Yes.
To-
Mechanically, there
okay.
is. It is considered a +1 dagger.
You said +5, right?
Ooh.
+1.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Very cool. Very cool. It will have a name at some point. It will be called Pie Breaker.
So with that, unless there's anything else you guys would like to do in the cave, with Jaredok and the strange pirate woman in tow, you guys make your way back to Stone Waters to deal with the fallout of the death of the Marquis, as well as figure out what your next course of action will be. And I think that's what we can call it out for the night.
Oh, we're the best adventurers. We are just the
That
best
was
adventurers.
that was a great episode. Lots of twists and turns and stuff.
That was
So many
awesome,
twists and
yeah.
turns.
Love pirates.
Can't go
I
wrong with
wasn't
a good
expecting
pirate
you guys.
cove.
I wasn't expecting you guys to chase him down there.
Yeah, well, we would have if
Book
we
it.
found out we could get close. We would have been under. That was awesome.
That was good. I really enjoyed
Thank
that.
you, Carl.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Oh yeah.
And thank you to you. I've realised the guys who are watching. If we we didn't forget about you.
Anyone who's watching now or in the future, I'm going to do this VOD up. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Please follow us or like us on our various social medias, which you can find at the
All
bottom.
down below.
But for now, wish you a good evening or a good day.
See
Thank
you
you
in
very
2
much.
weeks.
We'll be back with Elderon in 2 weeks, or next Thursday we'll be back with our Leodos campaign, and it'll be at the same time, 8 o'clock PM BST. Other than that, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Woo!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.